Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to, hang on one second. Welcome to episode 18, session 18 of my Homebrew Advanced Dungeons and Dragons 2nd edition campaign, The Burning Staff 2.0. So, are we all ready?
Yes.
Cool.
Well, as ready as I can be.
So it's the morning after, getting back to Machina, to the Machina Arms and having a drink. It's the morning after. Now remind me who has hangovers.
Darrow might.
I didn't watch the very end of last week's VOD. I missed the last 45 minutes. I think Darrow does.
I don't think. Or
Sneaking up certainly doesn't. He was keeping an eye on our trader friend to make sure he got safely back up to his room.
I think Tammy rolled well and you don't.
I rolled well and didn't have a hangover because I definitely went drinking because I remember being a bit of a.
I think Darrow rolled like he got drunk and he had a bad night like socially, but I don't think he's ill. I think I remember correct. I think that was what he rolled. He had a bad night socially, but he's not rough, I think.
So he disappeared out the pub for a while.
Yeah. You were knocking over people's drinks and smashing into tables and stuff, and yeah, you had a good time, but everybody else wasn't so impressed with you. That was how your night went, I remember now.
I posted where I ended my notes last week in Discord.
Well, let me have a quick look at that then.
Cornaith remembered how shitty the wine was here, so he just sipped a glass while keeping an eye on Kiara in her time of unhappiness over the loss of Tegan.
Oh my god, guys, I had forgot.
That's funny.
Oh no.
Fuck me, and there I go reminding you.
What did you forget?
Oh my fucking. About Tegan.
Oh yeah, your dead dog.
Fucking dog, guys.
Well, I was watching last week's VOD before and making clips, so I made a clip of. Sadly, I had to make a clip of Tegan dying.
I know, it had to be done.
Alright. Oh, you're looking for a non-weapon proficiency.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
No, I thought Kiara might have been. And you could,
I am, but I had.
you could consider applying one of the things you had for dog, having a version of it for bear.
Oh, like animal training and
yeah.
animal handling.
Yeah, like a.
You could for future bears, but what I've done with this bear, Peter, is because you saved it twice. You don't need any proficiency for this bear to do. Yeah, you don't need any proficiency for this bear to do what you want it to do. This bear is your pet. It's obedient to you without any kind of training or handling proficiency because you saved its life twice.
Okay.
Oh, it's making me so sad. Actually, I'm sorry, guys.
And you named him. He's called Charlemagne. He's up here.
I mean,
Oh,
this way,
Chazza.
Tammy.
Chaz.
Think of it this way, Tammy. You lost a dog, you gained a bear.
Yeah. But that was not a dog. That was a dire wolf.
Yeah.
Like.
This is true.
Episode.
Well, at least your character is named Kiara rather than Simon Smith.
That went over my head, David.
Simon Smith and his amazing dancing bear?
I don't know it.
Ah, famous
God,
song from the
someone
60s.
I know a famous saying.
70s, rather.
Something about hungry bear doesn't fight well or something. Some Russian saying something like hungry bear well-fed bear doesn't dance or something like that. I can't remember, but it's a good one. It's Russian and it's like funny. You have to. Yeah. It's just the way it translates. It translates really roughly and really badly, yeah, and it's funny. It's like.
I absolutely 100% am not going to deny it. I unmuted my Twitch tab just to hear the sound bite. It's not a bear, it's a dire wolf.
I found a way I can make sound bites straight from Twitch now. And I'm adding them to a soundboard. So I've added you, David. I can do it straight from a clip as well, so I can and you can shorten it and clip it. So I've got you doing the original. That's not a dog, that's a dire wolf, and I've got that on a soundboard now.
Right.
So, okay, continue with the story. It's the morning after. Darrow, you don't feel sick or anything, but you've got like a regret hangover. Kiara, you don't have a hangover, you good?
They're the worst.
No one else was drinking crazy. Snaky Rook, in fact, didn't drink. Cornaith just sipped a couple. It's the morning after. Now, Greatjaw is sober. Was sober last night, and he's fine. He's eating a huge breakfast. He's got about 10 plates. Knee-High, the gnome, he's nursing some water, and he's in a bad way. But remember, Cornaith has used his hypnotism proficiency the night before to implant the idea into his head, that is Knee-High, this merchant, that the artwork he wants to buy from the party is worth twice as much as he had previously thought. So, when they do this business deal, you're going to get offered twice as much as he originally was going to offer. Now, he sits there really groggy, nursing his glass of water. Good morning, gentlemen and ladies, he'll say to you in a very sober, very humble voice, not the flamboyant madman he was last night. He's obviously suffering from this hangover.
Darrow nods at him and then looks at the high charisma members of the party.
Maybe now's time to.
Think you cut off Tammy, now's the time to what?
Oh, I'm so sorry. To catch him about doing this deal for this art. Well, he's not feeling his best. He might.
Well, he's sitting, see the table where I've got Norm's character. He's just sitting there with Norm. Norm's back again today, and Greatjaw and Knee-High, they're sitting at the other sides of this table.
If I'm any judge of character, Knee-High has probably had a potion from the alchemist to settle his stomach and head.
Yeah, and he's still not doing well.
Oh dear. In which case he might be in a bad mood, Kiara.
If
you're worse off.
If you asked him, he would tell you he carries a personal supply of that kind of potion.
Sorry guys, are we wanting to go speak to him about this now, or will we let him settle a little bit? Will we feel what the...
If he's willing to discuss it now, then the soonest done.
Although he is in a bad way, he's still businesslike and still friendly. You can just tell that he's suffering. He's groaning, he's quiet, he's holding his head. But he is still businesslike, and he still wants to do business. And he's still friendly and welcoming to you.
Sweet, okay. I would probably be nice to him. I feel like I was a little bit mean to him last night. Maybe. So I would probably say goodbye.
He'll say, hey, good morning, fine lass. Ah, so you are the business representative of your party, okay. As you know, I'm a peddler of such wares, and I want to buy them to you and sell them at a profit to the specialist collectors. I'm willing for the collection. I'm willing for the collection.
Of the art.
Now he'll come in closer to you because he's talking money here. He doesn't want to say it. There's still a few people around, but you know
I get it. Yeah.
He's got Norm
I'm
here.
not wanting to like.
So he leans in. He says,
for that. It's okay.
He says it's the collection you have got is worth a lot of money, and I'm willing to offer you, of course, in gems to the value of 10,000 gold pieces.
Is that a lot?
Yeah, it's a lot. I could buy a house.
Oh, okay. I'm a gypsy. I don't want a house, but that sounds fucking good.
He had said last night that it was one offer, take it or leave it.
It's one offer, take it or leave it, and he'll turn round then to his partner, Greatjaw, the half ogre, and say, show them the money. Now Greatjaw will open his great mouth, wider than you've ever seen a mouth, and he'll just move his tongue to the side, and there you see a bag of gems. Big diamonds and rubies and emeralds and big, valuable gems. This, it's still a small bag, it's a handful, this bag, but it's big, motherfuckers, huge.
Okay.
It's 10,000 gold pieces worth of gems in a small bag, in small money,
Okay.
easy carry money.
Small.
It's the real deal.
We
It's
found
diamonds
this,
and whatever.
sorry.
Yeah, you
We
found that
this
artwork.
art, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was randomly rolled from a random treasure
Guys.
table that was objects of art as well.
Yeah. Mate, guys, I think for not even our own pictures, and this is like a deal. I'm keen to take it. Get the stuff, give them the scuds.
It's not all pictures, it's statuettes, it's fabrics, it's embroideries, it's a
okay.
mixture of different things. And unless he had told
for
you...
the collection.
Yeah, for the collection.
Okay.
And unless you had told you, you wouldn't have realised that it was erotic art. Because it's erotic art made of, like a...
Oh, yeah.
You know, like some of these races, like their idea of erotic art might be some fucking rock. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's why you didn't identify them as what they were.
Okay.
Because they're so exotic.
And with drugs.
And the drugs. No, it was mushroom
drugs.
cigars.
I said Darrow Shrugs.
All right.
Oh, okay, sorry.
And it was
drugs.
And I thought you said and the drugs. I was going to say it wasn't quite drugs. It was just one box
Yeah,
of
me
mushroom
too.
cigars.
I heard and the drugs too, I'm not gonna lie.
It's maybe just my personality
Yeah,
that I
me
heard
too.
that, but
Yeah.
On your
We're all the
mark.
kind of people we are. Right, hold on. Can I? I know. Right, I would ask him. I would say, I know that you said it's a deal, one-time offer thing, and I'm not really down for haggling with you. Like, I'm pretty sweet with the deal that's being offered, but
as soon as you say
Can I
but, he'll
ask
start to
you-
move his chair out.
oh, I know. But I'll say, just bear with me, please, just bear with me. Can I ask that we?
You cut out again. Can you ask it with what?
If we can have the mushroom cigars.
Oh, the mushroom cigars wasn't in the deal because Daryl kept Stinky kept them all
Did he keep
along.
them?
Yeah, they weren't because the
Oh,
rest
okay.
the rest of it is a collection of art. The mushroom cigars we kept that separate as a flavour item.
Okay.
Okay.
He
well
had
then,
been willing to offer them up
Right.
in order to get a spell for the Great Wizard. So
No, they're not part of the deal. You can keep those.
part of the guy's loot. Okay.
But, yeah,
I
you're-
would kind of look back at the. Can the other guys hear? Are they like? Have they at least seen how the conversation's going?
They could see. I mean, not unless they're lip readers. No, the guy's quiet when he's offered you how much money.
Okay. I would kind of look at the guys and give them a look of like, whoa, like this sounds pretty decent, and I would give them like a little nod just to see if
Thumbs up.
everybody was happy for. Yeah, if they were happy for me to like go ahead and say yeah.
Unfortunately, we are not over there. We elected you to represent us, so it is your decision if that's acceptable or not.
Yeah, it's your call.
Wait, okay, good shout. I was just checking that nobody was like staring at me as if to say, "What are you doing?" I would look at him then and I would say that sounds like a very generous offer to me.
So, Greatjaw will reach into his mouth, take out the bag of gems, put it on the table in front of you. Norm will then hand a key to Knee-High, and Norm's two guys that are standing behind him will come across to behind the table where Greatjaw and Knee-High are sitting, carrying a chest. This is obviously where the objects of art are. And Knee-High will say, and
It's a pleasure to do business with you, young lady. I hope one day we meet again. Come, Great Jaw. We have smut to sell.
And with that, Norm's guys and Norm and Great Jaw and Knee-High walk out.
Right.
And you have this bag of gems worth 10,000 gold pieces.
Okay, I'm heading down to so we had 1,500 from. We had 19,000 silver pieces.
Yep.
Gems worth 1,500.
Yep.
And the art objects.
That's worth 10,000. You've got 10,000 for that now.
Yeah.
It was worth 5,000. The fair price was 5,000. You just got double money for it.
And then I convert.
Now, imagine Cornet's XP bonus next week.
Now, silver is 1 to
10 for 1.
for 1. That comes
How much
to
silver was?
It was 19,000.
So
Okay.
1,900
Oh.
gold worth. So, and 1,500 is 3,400. 13,400, which divided by 4 is 360. 3,600.
Is that what you've got gold each now? 3,600. That's decent. Very decent.
Is that maybe I've done it. Hold on. 1534. 4s into 13. It's 3. 4s into 12. No, make that 300.
I'm lost.
I seem to be short of sleep and my mental or something.
Okay.
My mental arithmetic.
Don't worry about it just now.
1,900 plus 10,000 plus 1,500 is 13,400. Divided by 4 is 3,350 gold pieces each.
There you go, 3,350 each. Thank you, Paul.
3,350.
Yep.
The joys of Roll20 doing that for me.
Tammy's away AFK, so I will add it to her character sheet. Put it in gems. It's value in gems, remember?
Yeah.
It's a good way to fucking not have to worry about the weight of your coins as well, man.
Yep.
3,350. And
Stinky
then,
Nook pushes his across the table to Cornet.
What, all of it?
Yep.
3,350 worth of gems.
Yep.
No.
Yes, Great Wizard. Spells don't come cheap.
I'm now going through party items. The Ring of Water Breathing went. The +1 daggers still with Kiara, the +1 scimitars with Kiara.
Where did the Ring of Water Breathing go?
The Ring of Water Breathing was with Rhoda, if I remember correct.
Garona, yeah.
Yeah, went with Garoda.
Yep.
We've got the Scarf of Everlasting Preservation.
Yep.
There's nowhere obvious to sell it in this town.
No.
We've got 3 +1 spears.
3.
The +1 battle axe.
About time somebody robbed this party, like.
Did the battle axe?
I
Did
don't,
the battle axe go with Garona?
I don't think it ever did, you know.
Nope, she was never here to receive it.
No. Didn't you trade 2 spears for the battle axe?
No,
that
we were
was
going to, but she didn't.
That's right, yeah, that's right.
That was the
She
plan,
didn't.
but she dropped out before we had the chance to.
That's right.
She disappeared off. Darrow wasn't going to do the deal with her absence.
That's right.
Maybe she disappeared because Darrow didn't do the deal.
Now, obviously, Darrow can use a number of spears, but they may be better. But I think it's worth a trip to Form to see what we can get by way of magic weapons, or particularly.
Remember, Torm is a trader of magic weapons. As well as making them, he does trade them. He buys and sells magical weapons and armour.
So particularly with needing to equip Sneaky Nook.
Yeah.
We can also find out how much magic armor is compared with.
Yeah. Now, Torm, he's got the ability to craft magical armor. He can make +1 armor. In fact, I believe he could make +2 with his level. If he's got the materials and he can get the enchantments, he can do it. Up to +2.
But let's go and see what he's got.
Yeah, and he will have things in
And
stock as
roughly
well.
what the trade value is. I was to say, I think getting Sneaky Nook at least one magic weapon.
Yep.
If I am right in thinking he hasn't got any at the moment.
Nope. Teased by +1 longswords, buried one.
Yeah.
Jacob wanted it as well.
No, Sneaky Nook wasn't interested in the +1 longsword. That belonged to the priest, Mighty Warrior.
Yeah.
Jacob wanted it.
Yes, well, Jacob was the sort of person who'd loot bodies, wouldn't he?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I mean there still is the suspicion that having left the party, he's headed straight back that way.
Yes.
But I say, Darrow says to Sneaky Nook, we might, there's this good dwarf here, Torm, forgotten what Torm's surname is.
Torm Truehammer.
Torm Truehammer, let's go and see if he has a sword for you.
Maybe.
Right,
Sorry.
right, boss.
Just
Yeah, Tammy?
has anybody interrupted?
Don't worry about it.
Hold on. Oh, that was it. Has any of us thought to go and tell the guy not to go out on his boat? That we're back.
He took us back, so he knows.
Yeah, he came back, remember?
I thought,
Great Jaw and Knee-High went to get him.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes,
They went to get him early and then they came back with 2 boats. So he's relieved of duty.
Sorry. It's nice to know that Dungeons and Dragons is like real life where I forget this shit.
Derek. I actually remembered for a change.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god. I was like, we've not told Derek he's going to go on his boat.
Yeah.
I remembered for a change.
Because we had to bring a bear back.
Another thing to be done at I don't know. Cornaith may be looking to see if there's a wizardly contact in town at around the same time as, unless he wants to come through Truehammer's.
Let me just quickly look at a map because Norm's
Ornate has
contact.
no interest in weapons or armor.
Yeah, I've put it on the map, so I'll move you onto this map. Norm's friend Marakai does live fairly nearby. It's between here and Elsmere.
Yeah.
Shit,
So that's another reason to go and see Malachi, is he can trade magic.
yeah, Marakai with an R. Marakai.
Malachi, and he's the same guy as we were seeing for other reasons anyway.
That's right. He's the guy who'd been identifying your things for you.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Tell me your picture again. There we go.
I know.
So you're currently here on the map. Let me zoom out. You're there. Maracai's there. And if you want to get a boat to Panthea, it's there, Elmsmere.
So he's sort of on the way.
Yeah, if you go through the woods, he's on the way.
Yeah.
Go through the woods so I can roll random encounter tables. Yay!
Does Cornaith have an idea of the rough budget? The rough cost of spells?
Absolutely not, because
Isn't about
he, as an elf, not only was he given his spells by his teacher and, you know, sent out into the world, but as an elf, if it's another elven mage, he is supposed to have access to their libraries at little to no cost. So it depends on the race of who we go and see.
Yep. And I think, I don't know why I got this stuck in my head, but this could just be from Baldur's Gate, so forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think it's about 100 GP per level.
Technically, DM discretion. Researching has a set cost. Purchasing from NPCs does not.
Depends who's selling it, yeah.
And whether you both have a cost to purchase and a cost to write in the book, although I don't think you had to pay to write in the book previously.
No, I do use the optional rule for how many spells, how many pages each spell takes in the book, and how many pages are in your book.
You
There's
don't
a rule
have to
for
pay
it.
for really expensive ink.
No.
Right. So that gives... So hopefully with the money he's got, then...
But to write, listen, 1 second,
Cornaith
sorry.
could be able to substantially improve his...
1 second, because I'm not sure about this. You need to. I've not played enough mages. Somebody will need to tell me. Do you have to cast write magic, which I guess is the opposite of read magic, to write your spell into your book?
It normally takes a period of time unless you use the spell copy.
Ah, yeah, that's right. Okay. We'll cross that bridge if and when, anyway.
I mean, again, you know, DM discretion.
Yeah.
It's totally up to you.
Yeah, you have to try and buy some first.
And it sounds like in principle you can get quite a few spells.
In principle, yes.
So in that case, yes, the first priority of what we can do in town is to make sure Sticky Nook's got a magic weapon.
First priority is to try and find a mage for the Great Wizard to buy some spells from.
Well, you
Do
might
you know what
is-
it is?
you might find, and you would know this just from knowledge of being in the town long enough. You would know that Annie's Adventurers Essentials, that shop where you can get Adventure Essentials, she has basic weapons, Adventurers packs, all your bedrolls and blankets and stuff. But she also had basic weapons, shields, because she's a trader. She doesn't make armors or weapons or stuff, but she is a trader. She may have at times a couple of 1 or 2 level 1 or level 2 scrolls lying around. Because she's an adventurer items trader. She buys and sells, so she's worth a look for her scrolls.
So that somewhere Cornaith or Kiara can look whilst I'm with Sneaky Nook at Torms.
Yeah, it's worth checking out.
I would like to go with Cornaith if he's done. Or more like, I would like to go with, like, to let Cornaith to let me.
Okay. So that's 2 things for you to run, Ryan.
Yep, so you want to go check out Annie's Adventure Essentials to have a look at spells first, or you want to go to Torn Truehammers and check out weapons and armour first?
They're being done at the same time.
Can't.
Yes, but
well,
which
yeah,
order do you want to play them
yeah,
in?
which order do you want to play it in? I mean,
I'm sweet to go second.
So,
And,
That works for me.
Either, to be honest. Any, yeah,
Well-
that's cool.
you know,
Okay.
well, are we doing it on a party budget or on our individual budgets? Because then it would depend on what level you're
I don't
doing.
know. I'm sorry, I don't know what that means.
Well, because you're buying spells and you're buying weapons and armor. Is it all coming from one budget,
Okay.
or is it coming from separate
Was it
individual
coming from
budgets?
personal?
Yeah.
Well, I'm needing to find out.
Personal or is it the top?
We're needing to find out how much, what sort of values things are anyway.
Yeah. Which I'll have to look up
Yeah.
at the time.
So we'll have to have visited the places to know what money we're talking about.
Yeah. Now, where will I find that in the Dungeon Master's guide? Like what the value of +1 and +2 is?
If
How-
I
how
remember
you work
right,
it out.
the standing rule is gold piece value is twice the experience value. So if it's worth 500 experience when claimed, it sells for 1,000 gold,
pieces.
and you can sell it for half of the experience value.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Dungeon Master guide, treasure tables? No. Magical items tables? No. Treasure and magical items. Magical weapons.
What you're going to want is table 109, the attack
Yeah.
roll adjustment. That'll
Yeah.
give you the
Yeah.
experience value.
Yeah. I've got you. So what were you looking for anyway, particularly?
Well, we've got at least an axe, and we could potentially a spear or two, and we're looking for a sword.
Yeah. So they'll all sell for 250 gold each, and the sword would cost you 1,000 to buy. If it was +1. Double it for +2. No, in
Yeah.
fact, yeah, no, sorry. Sword adjustment, right, yeah. So for a sword, yeah, so for anything else, it's, right, yeah. So the axes and the spears sell for 250, a +1 sword would cost you 800.
Right. And
Got it.
Sneakinut's just given away.
Yes, we're just giving my money away.
No, he has not. Look at the roll 20 chat.
Cornaith looks at Snake and says, "Good companions are harder to come by than spells and money. You keep that wealth, equip yourself and stay alive longer to travel with us," and pushes the gems back. He continues, "With access to an elven wizard, I'm entitled to access to their library and spells at near no cost, if any." There we go. So, we are going Darrow and Sninkinook are going here. And we've got Cornaith and Kiara, and I guess Eleanor's going to come with you, are going
Oh my god, I forgot about
to
Eleanor.
Annie's Adventure Essentials.
So,
So,
one thing to discuss with Cornaith was that does Cornaith want a magic weapon?
In all honesty, no, because if we're at a point where Cornaith needs to fight with a weapon, we're fucked.
yeah, using a weapon is the last thing you want to be doing, eh?
So Kiara's
Really?
got a couple already, so she's equipped okay.
What did the guy say about darts again? That he doesn't. It wasn't something that he's done.
Yeah, but no, he could
Or that
make
it
them.
would have to
It's
be a
not something.
special order.
Yeah, it'd be a special order. He could make them for you.
But we may be leaving the island.
Okay.
He's mostly got axes and hammers, swords. Because they're popular and sell well, he's got a lot of long swords, two-handed swords, bastard swords, but he's got a lot of short swords and dwarven weapons, axes, hammers, picks, those kind of weapons.
If you're trading in rather than cashing in, do you get a better deal on?
Nah, be able to work out the same. Like, you maybe get a slightly better rate with Torm than Most people would because you're quite friendly with them now.
Yeah. So in that case, shall I keep 2 spears and we trade in
Trade in one.
1 spear and the axe? And that's an extra 125 GP each. Everyone happy with that?
So what's that
Yeah,
trading
yeah.
in?
Is this for a group from the group thing?
Were you going to trade in the axe and one spear? Did you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm okay with Darrow keeping all the spears. He's the only one that can use them, and you know, hitting something before it gets close enough to hit you is always a bonus.
I think at this point as well, like, although I'm not a player in the campaign, just like, because we're talking meta and what's handy and what's not, I think a magical weapon +1, even if you've got a couple to spare, is worth a lot more than 250 gold in what you can do with it. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
You can
in
just
that case,
you can
keep the 3 spears.
Yep.
Just trade in the hammer.
you could
that
hire 3
means-
level 1 bums. Do you know what I mean? You could hire 3 level 1 bums to help you out with some quest or whatever, and just hand them each a +1 weapon. It's
Well,
I think it's much more valuable just lying around than it is sold.
So selling the axe
Mm-hmm.
brings in
250.
62.5 GP each.
Yep.
Do people want to do that?
So so what I'm asking is this like money that we're having to take from our own money, or do we have like a collective?
No, you're gonna get a share of this each, I think. So
Unless people want there
Okay.
to be a party budget.
I think the weapons are just in a party pool just now. All these spare magic weapons. You have your own individual money, but these weapons are just in a party pool, and if you sell them, you're just gonna get a quarter of it each, basically.
So
Okay. I'm
so
sweet if
axe
the
is
quarter goes
quite-
into.
axe is quite an awkward thing to lug around and we can't use it.
Yep. None of you have a horse.
Ooh.
Yet.
A what?
Ooh.
And we're heading to a harbour, so a horse...
Yeah, might not be the best idea.
This may not be the best time to get a horse.
Yeah.
I'll decide.
So
Those four-legged things, aren't they?
yeah. We
Yeah,
mustn't
they're-
pass
yeah.
one on the way or something.
Yes. Beetles are much
Big,
better.
big pagan.
Nah, you've been on the road up and down between Machina and Dugwell. You would have seen horses.
Yes.
So another 62 GP and 5 silver pieces each.
Yep.
And we've got rid of the axe. And I'm the custodian
Of 3 + 1 spears. Nice. I like it.
of 3 + 1 spears. And because Sneaky Nook has his own money, then I'm introducing him
To Torm.
to Torm.
Now, I guess by the time you've done your deal in the Machine of Arms in the morning with Great John and Knee-High, I guess we could say it's kicking on for lunchtime, or at least in the early lunchtime for a dwarf. So Torm, when he sees you coming, Darrow, he knows you well now, and you're his dwarf friend.
Yeah.
He say, Darrow, my friend, soup and beer, yes?
Yeah, yes. It's good soup. It's good. Yeah, well, both of them are the best.
That's right, it was the best beer you've had, and the soup was, remember, it was not only like really filling and really tasty, it was almost magically, not magically satisfying, but it gave you a special feeling, like, it was so good.
This will spoil your idea of above land food.
So he'll whistle at his
Above-ground
wife.
food.
The wife comes in with her much shorter beard. She brings through a couple more stools. Because remember, last time you're in the middle of his smithy shop. There's an outside bit and an inside bit. You're in the outside bit. He just pulls up a couple of little logs for stools. And she comes through with a big boiling hot cauldron again. And you don't know how she's doing it. You don't know how she's carrying this thing. She puts that down in front of you. She comes through with the big soup bowls. She brings a tray of bread. She comes through with the giant-sized double pint mugs, and then she comes through with a big cask of ale, and then, just like before, Tom tell you to sit down. We'll do business after lunch.
Okay. Sneaking up will sit where he's put.
So you see a jovial looking dwarf, friendly dwarf. His name is Torm Truehammer. He has the huge muscles of a busy blacksmith. You can see around the shop that he's a weapon and armour smith. There is in fact another smithy in the town that's a regular blacksmith, but he is the weapon and armour smith of the town. You see displayed around inside the shop. Hang on, I'm going to sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you. You see displayed around his shop, as well as racks of swords and axes and hammers and all the regular things, daggers on shelves and all the things you would expect to see. You see a few ornate pieces, shields, armours, weapons, embossed with fine detail filigree, with gold hilts and, fancy metalwork gems inside hilts and all that sort of thing, and you can see that quite clearly these are the special items, the magic weapons, and he's got quite a selection of stuff. But anyway, that's just around the shop at the moment. He is, Darrow, how have you been? How's the adventure in life treating you? Drink up, my friend. You must be hungry, you must be thirsty, you look like you've been on the road a while. It's a while since I've seen you. And he's small talking, he's friendly.
So I tell him about where we've been. That my mission for my good god Barrack has taken me back to this island, and we will be visiting Maracai today. And I suspect I will be returning home for a while.
To Rockholm.
Yes.
Okay, so you will be travelling away again from the island, Darrow, and will you return to see me again?
That is in the hands of that depends on where the Church of Barrack Thram's needs lie. I hope to see you again.
Well, Darrow, you must eat like this could be our last meeting, although I pray it's not. You must eat and drink and have your fill. And when we do business, I'll make sure it's a very special deal for you, my friend. So, as far as whatever you sell or buy from him, you can, if you're selling or buying, add 10%. If you're selling, take off 10% if you're buying, because he's very friendly terms with you, and that will go for anybody that travels in your company. Anyone that's in this group currently, anyway.
52.5 became slightly better.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another.
The 250 becomes 275.
Yeah. So another 6 gold, 2 silver, 5 copper.
If you say so. So yeah, he can provide you with a +1 longsword if that's what you're looking for. Even a +2, because a longsword is probably the most common sword. I would say he would have a +2 longsword available if you wanted.
Would he happen to have any magical bows? Certainly, I'm interested in swords, but
Doesn't sell bows here. There is a bowyer Fletcher in the town. His name's Rath Singlefield, I think. Just further over in the town.
Well, would he have 2 +1 swords?
Yeah, because it's the most common item. Yeah, he would have 2 +1 longswords.
In that case, Sneaking would be very grateful if he would take these 2 in trade, and
So it's 2,000 for 2, but 1,800 because you're giving you 10%.
Right. Great axes, I assume, are rarer.
Yes, but remember he's a dwarf. So, in this weaponsmith, maybe not so rare.
So is a +2 great axe available?
No. But, +1 would be. But remember, if you come across in your travels anything better than a +1, you are then quested with taking your one back to the church as part of your kit.
And guess where I'm headed?
Yeah, that's
guess
the direction
where
you're
I
headed.
think I'm headed up soon.
That's correct, yeah, so... A +1, yes, but a +2, no, actually. A +2 battle axe, I would say yes. Because it's very common
in
for a
that
dwarf.
case, I'm continuing to use my church's great axe for the time being,
The Holy Axe of Darrow.
which then takes us to armor.
Yeah. Now, the common metal armours, so chainmail, plate mail,
Plate is what I'm using.
yep, so chainmail, plate mail, and full plate even, he'll have +1 in them, because he's a weapon and armour smith. Out of character, this guy is a retired adventurer that spent all his non-web proficiencies on armour smith and weaponsmith, like more and more and more, so he's a great armour and weaponsmith.
So how much do the various armors cost?
Plate mail 600, so it'd be 1,600 for a +1 plate mail.
You have
Minus
+2.
20, minus 10%. To have +2, it'd be 2,600 for plate mail.
And I'm just going to check, but I've a feeling that's more affordable than Filden.
He doesn't have +2 armours in stock though. He's got +1 armours in stock, and shields, and I'd say +2 shields. I'd say he's got one +2 shield and a supply of +1 shields, and I'd say he's got the more common metal armours in +1.
Unfortunately, we haven't got a great number of shield users in this party.
None.
Build plate is 2,000 by the book.
Yep. So for +1 it's 3,000. For +4 it's 4,000. Sorry. For +1 it's 3,000. For +2 it's 4,000.
Yeah. And all plate, it says, is 4,000 to 10,000. So
Yeah. So
that's out of my league.
So tack on another 1,000 for the +1 or 2,000 for the +2.
So that's out of my league.
It is for now, yeah.
And that leaves...
You could have +1 plate mail for 1,600. That he has in stock.
Does he have +1 field plate in stock?
What is field plate then? So that's 1 up from plate mail.
Yep,
Yeah.
face AC2.
It's between plate mail and full plate.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got that in +1.
So, and he's got neither of those in +2.
No, he's not got any +2 armours.
Yeah. So, in that case, it's 3,000
For +1 field plate, yeah.
less 10%. Is it still less 10%?
Yeah, less 10% for everything.
So, yeah, so that's used up a big... It's dwarven mail. I don't quite know where that is and how that compares.
Arms and equipment.
So it's in the Book of Dwarves. If I recall correctly, it has a 1 better AC than the normal human version of that armor.
But it's heavier.
It weighs twice as much.
But
So basically, it's equivalent to full plate, to fill plate. And the can't see where I put my complete dwarfs book. I'm just doing another check through.
But the +1 puts its weight down as well.
Yeah. I'm not sure how it compares in cost.
I stand corrected. It's in the Arms and Equipment Guide. Dwarven plate mail is an AC2, and it's equivalent to plate mail +1, and it costs twice as much
What's the weight?
as normal human-sized plate mail.
What's the weight of it?
So it costs 1,200.
It is 50%. It's 50% heavier than equivalent mails, and it's the equivalent of +1 plate mail for a human.
And that's dwarven plate mail.
Yes.
But this guy works in a human town and he makes regular human style armor, although he will do it in dwarven size for Taro, and he'll have dwarven sizes because he's a dwarf. He'll have his old armors from his adventuring career. He'll have them fixed up and polished up and be selling them. So that's where all the old metal +1s
what
come
I'm
from.
buying is field plate and not dwarven plate.
Yeah, field plate +1, and it halves in weight. It doesn't weigh 60 pounds; it only weighs 30.
Yes, so I will. Yes, so I've bought. So I'm just looking. Oh, and else. Does he want to buy back the plate armor? If so, for how much?
It will do. So what was it? Plate mail you had.
Plate mail. I'm sure he gave me a bargain initially,
Yep.
so I don't.
Yeah, so it's worth 600. He'd buy it back for a quarter of 600, which is 150 plus 10% plus 15. He'll give you 165 gold back for it.
Okay, thanks. So that's another 165 in gems.
It's in gold just now. He would be dealing in gold, but there's a place in time where you can quickly sell that into gems.
Yeah, so 650 and 165 is 820. Yeah, 825.
On Tuesdays we wear chainmail.
Or in this case.
In this case, field plate +1.
Yes.
Nice. What does that do to your armor class then?
It goes up by 2.
Ooh. Right, I'm gonna open up your character sheet, check you out.
I'm going the wrong way.
So your AC becomes 1.
Yeah.
Oofed. That is decent, eh?
Oh shit, I'm not.
Would I be right in thinking that being a dwarf, he probably doesn't have magical leather armor?
No,
That's what I thought.
the metal ones. There is a leather worker, whatever the proper name is, I forget again, in town, and he can, he can make armors and stuff, but I don't know if he's the standard.
Probably not magical, I would imagine.
No, he's not the standard Storm that has magical armors
Yeah.
lying about his shop. No, you're gonna have to graft for your magical armor, mate. I think you're gonna have to find it. But you've just bought 2 swords and a +2 armor. 2 +1 swords and a +2 armor. That's a pretty good haul for just walking into a shop.
It is.
And you've already, for level 4-ish party, you've got quite a lot of a lot of +1 stuff. Something that was a magic item that was just before you joined us, David, actually, there was +1 fish hooks. Those were a fun magic item.
But
I can imagine.
They got given to someone who left the party.
Yeah. But he was
Especially used for catching weirfish, no doubt.
No, they just give you a bonus on your
Fishing roll.
yeah proficiency roll, and
Yeah.
I think they doubled yield as well, something like that.
And he was someone Damo liked, so he was So Damo thought it was the appropriate place for that to
Yeah.
go.
Early days in the campaign, we had a halfling archer, wasn't he?
Yes.
Archer, I think. But crossbow. Wasn't it? Or was he shortbow? I don't remember. Anyway, he was a fun character, but the guy had to leave the game.
Yeah, so it was a decent.
It was a good place for them to go, yeah.
Politely and thank the dwarven armourer for his time and his skill.
So to recap,
You
you
probably feel full on the food.
so you've bought 2 +1 swords.
Mhm.
Darrow, you've bought a +2 field plate armor. Jeez,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
nice.
+1.
Oh yeah, +1 field plate armor, but it's giving you a +2 to your armor class. That is nice. So, any more business in that shop?
Not from me.
I to remind myself, the Warhammer +1 would be at least
1,000 plus whatever Warhammer
even
costs.
with the discount. I can't afford a Warhammer +1, but since I've got 3 +1 spears, I don't think I need one.
You're well armed, like, and well armored now, eh?
Yeah.
I think you're the front line now, eh?
One of the dwarfs.
One of the dwarfs.
Not got taken
Well-
anymore. We need a good front line.
A dwarf and a bear for a front line, and the dwarf doesn't even really like the bear.
I know, eh?
The dwarf and the bear is the front line with though I think the best armored class in the party is the NPC.
She's got like a 0 or something, yeah.
Yeah,
High dex +1 shield and +1 armor, I believe, something like that.
yeah. So yes, so we're done here.
So,
And his adventurers seems to be
Yeah.
the next piece mentioned.
and you wanted availability of scrolls, so I wanted to randomise it. I wanted to give like a certain chance for each level 1 scroll, for each level 1 spell, and I wanted to give a certain chance for each level 2 spell. So I wanted to give a 25%. So any level 1 spell scroll that you want to buy, 25% chance she's got one in stock. Any level 2 spell scroll you want to buy, 10% chance she's got one in stock, right?
Okay.
Anything higher, 1%. No, let's say level 3, 1%. She's not got anything
That's
higher than a
pretty
level
slim
3.
chancing.
Yeah, but there's probably how many level 1
I
spells?
think a
20,
level 3 is
30?
pretty decent then.
Yeah, you have to be a level 5 caster to use those.
I mean, to be honest, I'm okay with those odds because it's
Okay.
not a wizard. It's
I
a
have no
store.
concept of what they mean really,
Yeah.
so that's why I'm like,
Yeah, it's just a random store. This is not a wizard. This is just a adventurers items store. That's why she's got
Okay.
a random selection.
okay, yeah, because she's not like a stockist.
Yeah, she just
Yeah.
she picks them up and sells them on. She's not
It's like trying to go to Tesco's for a book instead of going to
Yes.
I don't know, fucking an
Exact-
independent bookstore.
Exactly. Yeah. That's
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Exactly that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna quickly run to the fridge.
Yeah, it's almost exactly like that. It's like going to the corner store and trying to find that new mystery book by your favorite author as opposed to going
Yeah.
to an actual bookstore.
Yes. Perfect analogy
So like,
for their
yeah,
chances.
you'll go in and there's like, yeah. Okay, I'm with you.
So any spell that you want, Paul, we can roll for if she's got it or not. And if anybody's watching, we can get them to do it in Discord and get that old viewer interaction that we love.
Oh yeah, it's so good when they roll.
I mean, I'm definitely interested in Chromatic Orb and hopeful on that one because that thing levels with you.
So I'll type into
What?
Twitch chat what you have to roll to play the game with us. If you copy
We
paste,
can't do it.
yeah, we can't do it. Well, I can't. Normally the Dungeon Master would just roll this, but I want to let viewers get involved. If anybody's watching that has Discord open, if you type that into general chat in Discord, exclamation roll space 1d100. That's the roll for the chance of his spells being available. 25% or less, then he can get it. So if anybody's watching and wants to do it, I'll do an example in Discord. That's how you do it. If anybody's watching, if you have a look at Discord in the general chat, that's how we play. There we go, Rama's playing.
Somebody give me my spell.
There you go, you got it on your first one. So,
Fuck yeah, Rama's the man.
so he has,
Yes.
she has in stock Chromatic Orb, and it's 100 gold pieces if you want to buy it.
Oh, most definitely.
Right, what else are you interested in? And we'll get someone to roll it.
Oh god, I didn't think beyond that.
Well, you can get Chromatic Orb anyway.
Oh, yes I did. Second level spell. Less of a chance, but choke.
Okay, so
Remember the two that we discussed.
yep, so we've had Dirty rolling another one in chat, but if we could get someone to roll another one now, after he's asked for that, this is 10% or less, and she has it in stock.
Come on,
Is
Dirty.
choke what I think it's like, and it's a little bit like Jedi.
No, it's not
No?
what you're thinking with your dirty
Oh.
mind, Tammy.
No, she's
I
thinking
was
like
not
a Jedi
thinking
Force
dirty
choke.
at all for a change.
Yeah, Jedi
I was
Force
thinking
choke.
like
It is like that.
Jedi,
Yeah. It is like that.
Yeah, it is.
Fucking Darth Vader chokehold.
Right, Dirty, do you want to roll us one more, or does somebody else want to roll us one more in Discord, and we'll see. This is 10% or less.
It makes ghost hands appear around the target's throat, and it makes spell casting for them impossible, and it chokes them for X amount of damage per round.
You have to type it in Discord, Dirty, like you did the
But
first
you're
one.
right, Paul. That does sound like a good night.
That sounds like a good time, yeah.
Nope.
Nope. So she doesn't have it. So there you go. She had Chromatic Orb, but she didn't have Choke. So if there's anything else you would like to buy, we'll get viewers to roll for it. It's fun.
I mean, do you want people to make a suggestion for something for you to look for?
For spells,
Yeah.
yes, that would be a good suggestion, Peter.
Thinking cloud.
Stinking Cloud.
What is that?
Stinking Cloud, I'll read it to you, Tammy. It's a brilliant spell.
As a gypsy bard, I was also thinking for you, hypnotic pattern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, let me read some spells to you then. Wizard spells by level. Where is it? Spell index? No. Yeah, okay, so... Stinking Cloud. It's a second level wizard spell.
It makes a big area of funky stink that makes it harder for things to attack.
Yep. When a stinking cloud is cast, the wizard creates a billowing mass of nauseous vapours up to 30 yards away from his position. Any creature caught within the cloud must roll a successful saving throw versus poison, or be reeling and unable to attack because of nausea for 1d4 plus 1 rounds after leaving the cloud. Those who make successful saving throws can leave the cloud without suffering any ill effects, although those remaining in the cloud must continue to save each round. These poisonous effects can be slowed or neutralised by appropriate magic. The cloud duration is halved if a moderate breeze and is dispersed in one round by a stronger breeze. There you go. So that's your spell. That's the spell. What was the other one we were talking about? Hypnotic pattern.
Yeah, I think she would enjoy that one.
Okay. Hypnotic pattern, wizard level 2. When this spell is cast, the wizard creates a weaving, twisting pattern of subtle colours in the air. This pattern causes any creature looking at it to become fascinated and stand gazing at it as long as the spellcaster maintains the display, plus 2 rounds thereafter. The spell can captivate a maximum of 24 levels or hit dice of creatures. For example, 24 creatures with 1 hit die each, 12 with 2 hit die each, etc. All creatures affected must be within the area of effect, and each is entitled to a saving throw versus spell. A damage-inflicting attack on an affected creature frees it from the spell immediately. That's
Given
it.
the
Already
Yeah.
twisted patterns already, because it's like mystical and sounds cool as fuck.
So you want to roll for those? So 10%
Yeah.
chance, because they're level 2 spells. So we are rolling What was Stinking Cloud? So roll for that someday in Discord. Roll 1d100. 10% chance. Same as before. 10% chance.
Come on, guys. The dog's dead. Like,
Yeah, our dog's dead. Give her a break. Right, I'll roll it in. First one. Oh. Someone's rolled it in. Roll 20, have they?
No, I'm testing macros, that's all.
Okay, I'll roll it here. So it's slash R.
oh, I heard the ping.
1d100. 95, no.
What the fuck?
Slash R. 1d100. So this is for the second one, Hypnotic Pattern.
Come on. I want this so bad.
She doesn't have it.
One,
doesn't have it.
one spell that might be useful for Kiara, given her penchant for rushing into melee, Mirror Image.
Mirror Image is a good one.
Mirror Image causes 2 to 8 images of yourself to appear, Tammy. And when anybody's trying to hit you, they don't know whether they're hitting
Okay.
you or one of the images.
So you have a... Okay. Yeah, this sounds
and
good.
giving you like rushing into combat.
Yeah.
Casting
yeah,
this
no,
first
sounds
does
good.
help.
That's a really good spell for you to cast on yourself before
That
you go into
sounds
combat.
so good.
Yeah.
Well,
so
it's-
D4 plus 1 for every 3 levels of experience.
Isn't it a level 1 spell?
It's a level 2 spell. Level 2 wizard spell.
So you've got a 10% chance again on that. So... does she have that in stock? No.
Shame.
Shame.
God. These are definitely ones that I've written down though.
But remember, she's not a magic dealer. These chances are low because she's not a magic dealer. If you
Yeah.
go to someone else, your chances would be higher.
Yeah, I have taken note of these spells. I like the sound of it.
Mirror Image is a great one for your character, actually.
Would they have a spell of blinding? You know, personally, Sneaky Nook thinks that's a wonderful spell.
What's that? Blindness?
Blindness, yes.
Is that because you can see?
No, it's because he's able to cast it himself. It's one of his
Oh,
gnomish
okay.
abilities.
Yeah, he has that as an ability.
I thought because your sight was better because you can see down.
The blindness
No,
spell...
no.
What happened with the crocodile?
The blindness spell causes the victim to become blind, able to see only a greyness before its eyes. Various cure spells will not remove this effect, and only a dispel magic or the spellcaster can do away with the blindness if the creature fails its initial saving throw versus spell. A blinded creature suffers a -4 penalty to its attack rolls, and its opponents gain a +4 bonus to their attack rolls. It's basically a +8 against it in combat.
Yeah, it's basically something for the big bad monster,
Yeah. It's an absolute...
such as giant crocodiles.
Yeah, that's what made that fight. Even though you still lost a party member in that dog, that's what got you through that fight, really, was casting that on it. So that's available to you, Tammy. Well, there's a 10% chance of that being available to you.
Okay.
Shall I roll it?
Yeah, go for it. Oh, do you want me to roll?
Oh, look at that!
Yes, I got it.
Nice.
There you go. So he has that in stock, the level 2 spell. Blindness.
So,
200 gold pieces. She'll sell the scroll for.
what is... Sorry, 2 seconds. Do you guys mind if we, like... I might hold this up for a little minute. I want to go and see if I can find... Because I know it's on my character sheet. Oh my... I was so prepared.
It's alright, you're in town in between kind of quests. This is what you do, yeah?
Yeah, I just want to see... Oh my god. One, severely need to get a fucking eye appointment.
This macro is annoying me. It gives me an opportunity or an option to select what color, but it doesn't do it in the fucking spell description.
Ah.
Oh well, I'll have to reference the book every time I want to cast it. That's all.
So did you buy that scroll? Remember, you still, after you buy this scroll, it's still a roll to see if you can copy it into your spell book. That's a chance, isn't it?
Yeah, there's the chance to learn it.
Right, hold on. I have...
If you learn it, you can write it, but you have to learn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flicking through the PHP, one which may occur to people after the problems we had before is knock.
Oh, knock's a good spell. Knock unlocks a lock, Tammy.
Not okay.
Just magically
we
unlocks
had-
a door or a lock.
Given we had
Right, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I'm sorry, guys. I am...
You're fine. Do your reading.
Yeah. That'll be it.
I'll get the spell description up. So knock, level 2 spell.
Hold on. Right. Oh, sorry. Were you talking to Twitch?
No, to everybody. I'm just going to do a quick. I'm going to read knock out. I'm reading the spell descriptions. The knock spell opens stuck, barred, locked, held, or wizard locked doors. It opens secret doors as well as locked or trick opening boxes or chests. It also loosens, welds, shackles, or chains. If used to open a wizard locked door, the spell does not remove the former spell but simply suspends its functioning for 1 turn. In all other cases, it permanently opens locks or welds, although the former could be closed and locked again later. It does not raise barred gates or similar impediments such as portcullis, nor does it affect ropes, vines, and the like. Note that the effect is limited by the area. A 3rd level wizard can cast a knock spell on a door of 30 square feet or less. For example, a standard 4 by 7 foot door. Each spell can undo up to 2 means of preventing egress through a portal. Thus, if a door is locked, barred, and held, or triple locked, opening it requires 2 knock spells. In all cases, the location of the door or item must be known. The spell cannot be used against a wall in hopes of discovering a secret door. So that means you don't actually have to be there where the door is. You can cast a spell. You can cast a spell knock to unlock a door that's like somewhere else. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it has to be within the spell range.
Oh, spell range. Yeah. Sorry. 10.
Right, so...
The range is 60 yards, so you have to be within 60 yards of it.
The one before knock, though, that we did get was a level 2 what spell? And how much was it?
Blindness.
Blindness.
And it's
Sorry,
200
this
gold
is
to
so
buy
that I
it.
can write it down.
Yeah.
Can you believe it's taken me this long to start taking proper notes?
No, you're all good. So yeah, it's 200
Sorry.
gold pieces to buy the scroll, and it's a level 2 spell.
But given how we couldn't rescue Leonora and
Yeah.
her companion because we couldn't open that door.
No,
Right,
could
and
be a
have
very
we
handy
rolled
one.
for knock yet? No.
Is that the one we just rolled for?
We rolled it and I got blindness. 'cause
Alright,
that
no,
was
yes,
7.
we haven't rolled for knock. I'll roll for it.
Okay.
And I'm in the process of adding blindness to your macros, Tammy.
Fine.
No, she doesn't have that.
Fuck me. Okay. But that's definitely written that down. Can I will buy that blindness
Okay.
scroll.
So that's 200 gold pieces, and you have a scroll of blindness. You then have,
Nice.
if you want to study that and copy it into your spell book, you have a chance to succeed at that. If you fail, whether you succeed or fail, the scroll is used. The alternative
And
use
I
for
can
that,
try again.
the alternative, no, you can't.
I can
Uh,
only try the spell once.
No, you can try to learn that spell again once you
Oh,
go up
okay.
a level. You have to go up a level. Once you've gone up a level, you can then attempt to learn that spell again. You can't.
Right. Okay.
So if you fail to learn at this level, you can't do it again until the next level. You'd also have to buy another scroll because the scroll is used up in the process whether you succeed or fail. Your other alternative use of a
Okay.
scroll is just as a one-time casting of the spell. Instead of copying it in a spell book, you can just read it and cast it.
Okay. And if I do copy it into the spell book or if I do try to learn it and copy it in the spells book and it's successful, I can use it more than.
Yes, you can then cast it every day
Okay.
if you want, yeah.
I'm with you. I'm so sorry for the fucking layman's terms.
Basically, it means if you have one scroll, you want to try and copy it into your spellbook. If you then pick up another scroll of it when it's already in your spellbook, what that scroll is it's an emergency quick one use because it's burned up in
Okay,
the use,
yeah.
but you've already got it in your spellbook, so it doesn't matter.
Because you've not prepared yourself to use that one out your
Yeah,
spell book for
yeah,
that day. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. Sorry, guys.
And now
There's
your chance
various
to learn
other
spell.
There's various other spells I could suggest, but I'm going to leave that to Paul.
Well, your chance to learn spell, Tammy, when you roll, you have a chance on that. It is... Oh, it's back up here on intelligence,
65% for her.
Yeah, you have a 65% chance. Anytime you try to learn your spell, you've got a 65%
Okay.
chance to succeed.
So, I'm so sorry again. If I was to roll to try and learn it now to put it in my spell book, I'd have a 65% chance of succeeding,
Yes.
but it would be used up.
Yes.
Whereas if I keep the scroll, I can use it as a one-time spell
Anytime, yep.
anytime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Without having it prepared, without having learned it, you can still use it once.
So with the spells that you only use once in a while, then yeah, there's an argument for just buying the scroll once.
This is something you want to try and get into your spell book, I think.
But if it's a spell you're going to be using regularly, then you want to try and get it into your spell book at the first attempt.
Yes.
Okay. So you think I should probably try and get it in my spell book?
I reckon. But it takes time. You can't just do it like now, in between walking between shops,
Yeah, no,
kind
no.
of thing. Paul, you rolled for it though, didn't you?
Yeah, I rolled 55.
Yes.
I need 96 or lower. I think I'm good.
Yep, you can roll for it now if you want, Tammy.
No, it's okay.
Well, Paul's
Oh,
rolled for
nice.
his.
I only did it for, saving time in the future. I know I'm not going to be able to
So,
do it so
do
easily.
I roll a D100?
Yeah. And you want 65 or
Yeah.
more.
Wait, guys, I'm picking it up.
Yes. And you succeeded.
Which
Yes.
Well done.
So, you don't do it now, but we've made the
Yeah.
roll. So, whenever you guys rest again, you can copy that in your spell book.
Right. Are there potions in this place?
Remember, you were getting healing potions from Marcus at the Church of Cord.
Yes.
Annie's,
Still not-
Annie's Adventure Essentials.
Oh.
Sorry, this shop. Yeah, she will have healing potions. She'll have
Should.
1 or 2 healing potions, and maybe I give a chance on some other potions, like
Guys.
common ones like Potion of Speed, things like that. I'll give a chance.
I do have one last level 1 request.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to suck because it's probably not going to work. Identify.
Okay, so there's 25%. In fact, because that's a more really common one, a really common one, I'll say there's a 50% chance that she has that in. Okay. I'll let you.
I'm
roll it.
okay with whatever percent you give it.
Okay, I'll let you roll it then. 50% chance on this one. Because it's identify. Identify, read magic, detect magic. I'll say they've got a 50% chance. There you go, there's a 50% chance she's got it. And you got it. So, you can buy an identify scroll.
And you learned it.
And I have learned it.
Yeah, or you will learn it next time you get a chance.
Yeah, it'll be in my spell book.
Nice, that's a handy spell, identify. That's for identifying
Yes,
magic items.
it
Very handy item. Very handy spell. Identifies
You're at the
potions.
border. It's just at the borderline of when it's useful casting at his level.
Yeah.
It's not worth casting at first level, and it's certainly worth casting at 10th level.
Yeah.
So, a potion of heroism.
Uh-huh. Now this is a good one. Someone in Twitch has suggested this one, Tammy. Mending,
I'm
level
so
1
sorry.
wizard spell. The spell repairs small breaks or tears in objects. It will weld a broken ring, chain link, medallion, or slender dagger, providing but one break exists. Ceramic or wooden objects with multiple breaks can be invisibly rejoined to be strong as new. A hole in a leather sack or wineskin is completely healed over by a mending spell. This spell does not by itself repair magical items of any type. One turn after the spell is cast, the magic of the joining fades, and the effect cannot be magically dispelled. The maximum volume of material the caster can mend is 1 cubic foot per level. Mending, level 1. Suggested from Twitch. Twitch.
Ooh, but does Mend only work on
Mundane
like
items.
non-biological items?
Objects. Yeah.
All right.
Well, no, it says because a
I
leather.
was thinking like Harry Potter shit there.
Well,
where
it says
I'm
a
like,
leather
well,
sack.
could you-
Now, leather is biological item. It's organic material. Saying that everything's organic material, isn't it? Your iron, your stone, that's organic material. But yeah, so not living creatures. This is
Inanimate,
for items.
yeah.
Yes, objects. Yes.
that was fucking ridiculous. I could have just said
The thing is with D&D, with every description of everything, it's been interpreted 1,000 ways by 100,000 players 1,000,000 times, and there's so many rules as written, rules as intended, erratas for every single one. And this is 2nd edition. This has been played for 20 years plus. Like, yeah.
My favorite thing is the disclaimer in quite a few 2nd edition books. DM discretion.
Yeah.
If you like it as the DM, it's in your game.
Yeah, but that's how I've always played it. Like, if it works, it works. So, yeah, that's a mend spell. It's really good.
Oh yeah, and I still sorry. Was Cornet looking for still shopping? I had her.
Nope. I'm set.
And how were we for healing? Should I pick? Like, is that a thing?
How are we doing on healing potions for the party? You do have two healing spellcasters now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was also thinking about the potions for emergency, and as I said, heroism.
Potion of heroism.
Yeah.
Alright, so for healing potions, I'll say for Annie's Adventure Essentials, right? For her to have half a dozen healing potions, there's a 25% chance. For a potion of heroism, or a potion of speed, let's say as well. What else is quite common? Potion of defense.
Hold on.
Let's say heroism and speed for now. There's a 5% for each of them. 5% chance she's got one of them. But did I say a 25% chance that there's half a dozen healing spells?
Yeah.
Healing potions.
So who should roll for these?
You can roll it if you like.
I can do it too.
Go for
I
it.
can roll and I can see chat and my character sheet, but
So for heroism, nope.
Nope. For potion of speed as well then, do that. 5% chance. Nope. Right, for half a dozen healing potions, 25% chance. Oi! Nice!
hey, bang on.
There you go. Half a dozen 1d8 healing potions. And let's say they are 50 gold each. So 300 gold for the half dozen. I'm just making everything up as I go along, like.
I'll get them.
You gonna buy them?
Getting them right. Okay.
Nice.
Darrow, did you say there was a bowyer in town?
But the Storm did. I'm just looking again at the potion tables in case there's a common-ish potion
So-
that someone.
Point of interest, Ryan. I don't know if you know this because I never knew this. D8 is nice for a healing potion, but did you know DMG, it's actually 2d4 plus 2?
All of the healing potions in my game come from what I want it to be. I've not looked at a book for what I want my healing potions to be.
I've always assumed it was D8, and I absolutely love that. I was surprised when I looked in the DMG at one point and found that out. I was just like, what? Are you kidding me?
No, all sorts are available in my campaign. I'd say you can get 1d6s, 1d8s, 1d10s, and even more.
Yeah,
Nice.
I've checked with only my character sheet have a spec of exactly what the potion is, because so many people vary. Here's a fairly common potion that may be useful: flying.
Right, yeah. What? Yeah, okay. So 5% chance you've got one of them in as well, then. No. Right. Okay. Right. Let's off the cuff some more. Ring of protection +1, 5% chance. No.
Ring of invisibility. Ho 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 ho.
1%. 1% chance.
Too useful.
You've got a cornet for that.
Yeah. Right. Let's think about magic items. What are common magic items in D&D? Like really common things, like a ring of protection +1. Let's say a cloak of protection +1. Let's say 5% as well.
I was gonna say rings and cloaks of protection.
Yep.
Or does someone else want to?
Bracers of defense.
I was just gonna say
Well,
if she's got bracers, that would be amazing.
Yes.
You'll better roll for braces, as you're the one who really needs them.
Bracers of defense AC 6, 5% chance.
I believe so, Tammy. 5%, you said?
Yes, 5%.
Yeah.
Come on, dice.
No. Bracers of defense AC 2, 1% chance.
Whoa.
1%.
Could really do with those.
No. Okay, cloak of protection 5% chance. No.
Well, hey, if we were using the upper 5.
Oh my god.
Are you trying to
That'd be
whisper?
cloak protection minus one.
Are
Then.
you trying to whisper to Cornaith? If you're trying to whisper to Cornaith, just do it in Discord to Paul. It'll be easier.
I was actually just trying to type it.
All right. Okay.
It was appalling. My keypad is terrible. I say my keypad, I mean like the disgusting state that I've let it get into. It's terrible. It's a good idea.
A ring of water breathing, who knows? There may be one just sold.
Yeah. Okay. So ring of water breathing 5% chance as well. Okay, that's a common adventure item.
It's rolling. Okay, I'll roll.
Nope.
A potion of giant strength.
All right. 5% chance. No. What's the armor strength? The giant strength gauntlets, or what is it you get?
Gauntlets of Ogre Power.
Gauntlets of Ogre Power. Yeah, give them a 1% chance. That's a cool item.
Oh, good lord.
I'll give you 1% on it. Nope. Okay. And what's the girdle of giant?
Girdle
strength?
of Giant Strength.
Yeah. Give you 1% on that as well. Fuck it. No. Okay. Don't say I'm not good to you. I'll give you a chance.
Ring of Featherfall.
Ring of Featherfall, 1%. Go for it.
You want to go, Dave? As it's your suggestion.
Go for it.
Fair enough.
Ooh. Not a million miles away.
What about a wand of magic missiles?
Wand of Magic Missile is a good one. Yeah. All right. Still fairly common enough that I'll give you a 5% chance on it. Right. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I can't cast a spell, but there's no reason I can't use a wand.
That's correct.
Missed.
Missed.
Can Sneaky Nook pop along to the bowyers and see if he has any magic bows?
Absolutely. Now, if you bear me a second to grab my... Where is Sneaky Nook?
I don't know.
Sneaky Nook, where are you?
He's a stalker. Of course you can't see it.
Only if he's not trying. If he's trying, he fails.
Right, so let me just. I've got to remind myself the guy's last name because this is all old lore. I know all this stuff, so I've got this all written down. Just so that I can be consistent. What's the
This
word?
is the pink
What's the word?
folder, Ryan.
Continuity. Yeah, this is the pink folder.
Would this be Bath's bows and arrows?
Wrath.
Wrath's bows
Yeah,
and arrows.
it's name. I'm just trying to get myself his last name. That's all. Just so for continuity, to know that I did actually have a brain that worked one time and wrote some stuff down.
You should see it, Dave. He's got this. He showed it on stream before. He's got this fucking giant folder, probably more than one.
Yeah. There's
I
a lot
mean,
in it.
he has
Machina,
put some
Machina.
work into this game.
Oh yeah, I'm in the
Yep.
Machina section. Like like I can show it on stream. Like there's a big motherfucking pink folder. It's Machina population, right? His name is. When I find him, Wrath Singlefield. Yeah, my memory was correct. In fact, I've even got in my notes, so this is out of character, you don't know this, but he's a ranger level 6.
Aha! And you've even moved Sninky Nook in there.
Yeah, so I've put Stinky Nook to his thing on the map. So yeah, if anybody's watching, that's my whole world is in that big folder.
Okay.
It's a big motherfucker.
Walks into Wrath's bows and arrows, peers up at the top of the counter and asks if they have any magical bows available for sale.
Yeah, well this guy, like Torm, but not to the same extent, does have a few special pieces around the shop. So a short bow, a long bow, or a composite short bow, or a composite long bow plus one. They would probably, I'd say, you could have one of them each available, and you can get plus one arrows here too.
Composite short bow would be lovely.
There seems to be a lot of retired adventurers that own shops in this town. And it's not by coincidence. Just so
Well,
you
isn't
know.
it lucky I'm a stalker rather than a burglar?
So yeah, like we just need to again for plus one. It's plus 1,000 GP.
Okie doke. And how much are plus one arrows?
That's not going to be plus 1,000 GP, is it?
I wouldn't have said so.
I'd say plus
You
250.
you have to decide whether the arrows are used up immediately, they're shot,
They are.
or whether they're reusable.
No, for me, any magical arrow is reused when is used up completely when shot. If you buy 20, you've got 20 uses. And I'll say for standard plus one arrows for 20, let's say 250 gold pieces.
Right, I will take 200. I'll take a quiver of 20 plus one arrows for when we need them.
Cool.
Thank you very much indeed.
And remember, when you use standard arrows, depending on circumstances, like if they go in the water or whatever, any that you fire in that missed, say you shot 10, 4 hit and 6 missed. When you go to recover arrows, what I do is if you shot 6, I'll say roll 1d6. That's how many are reusable. Some might be broken, some might be lost. But if you roll 6, you get 6 back. That's how I do it. You've got a chance to get them back. For standard arrows. Any magical arrow, it's used up once.
I would say that's different DMs do different rules on the magical arrows. And obviously, you need to know the rule before you decide the price.
Yep, yeah, so for continuity and consistency here, plus one magical arrows. What I'm doing, and there's a mathematical equation here, so that XP thing, it's 500 for plus one. You double it for buying, and you half it for selling. So it becomes 1,000 for a plus one bow. But I'm gonna say for arrows, for a set of arrows, it's a quarter of a bow, so 250 gold pieces.
Lovely. Just adding that to my character sheet.
And yeah, and for consistency and continuity, again, any magical arrow or bolt or missile, so even a stone, for a sling is used up.
Is there a reduction in weapon speed for plus one?
Yes. -1.
Right.
And the weight of it for a weapon goes down 1. So yeah, for continuity and consistency's sake as well, take note, because I'm doing it because armor and weapons, right? So a magical weapon, whatever its plus is, will reduce its speed factor by that, and it will reduce its weight by that. For a magical armor, the plus will half, the magic will half its weight. So 60 becomes 30. And for plus 2, it's then halved again. So it becomes a quarter. So
Thank you very much.
So for continuity and consistency, that's my rules on the weight and speed factors of your magical items.
Another common-ish magic item, Ryan, is Bag of Holding.
It's quite a common magical item, yeah. But although
It's too useful, that's the
although
problem.
common, I'd say highly sought after. So even if she had one in stock, I'd say it would go out of stock very fast. So I'm not going to give you the 5%, I'll give you the 1% chance. I'll give you the 1% chance, though. I am generous.
Right. The 1d100. Roll.
It's fun rolling everything randomly. 69, dude.
Hey.
No luck. Anything else while we're here? Because we're going into our break in 5 minutes. Our halfway break. So, any other items you want to have a chance of finding around town?
I know.
Are we still in the... Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I was just gonna say, I know that this is a 1% item, but I have to try for it. Bucknard's ever full purse.
Nah, no chance of
That
that.
sounds fucking...
No
Isn't that a
chance.
unique item?
God damn it!
You could try for a displacer cloak. Ask the question. All he can do is say no.
Yeah, all I'm going to do is say yes or no, like.
Nah, I'm not keen on that. That's you know, I mean, that's yeah.
Stinky Nook would take it if it was available.
I would take it if it was available.
I don't know what it is.
Ever
A,
full
a
purse.
cloak of displacement.
Ah.
There's a nasty monster called a displacer beast, which isn't where you think it is. So when you try and hit it, the first time you always miss. A displacer cloak is very similar. So when you charge into combat and somebody takes a swing at you, oh, he's not there.
Okay.
Cloak of
And then
displacement.
Yeah.
Then even after that, your armor class is still 2 better.
Oh, it's
Yes.
a brilliant cloak. Okay, give that 1% if you want.
No, never
Yeah.
mind.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you a chance in all these items, like.
Not that I could have afforded it, even if it was available.
Shit, it was a damn good thought, though.
Well, that's
Yes.
the thing, we're only...
But I could stand outside the window and kind of gaze at it longingly.
I wonder if there's somewhere that has some kind of like a stable type place that would have like things for big ass horses. Cause I'm wondering if I would be able to train the bear enough to wear like a harness or something that we could use for carrying or riding.
I was going to say, you want to put a saddle on the bear, don't you?
Not a saddle, but like saddle bags maybe, or some shit where it can be helpful.
Well,
Like I don't mean straight away, but I would like to go see if they have it so that I can try.
the thing is with this bear, because he's very cooperative, very complacent to you, he would carry stuff for you. He fights for you, he goes where you want him to go, he got on a boat.
Fair one actually. Well, do you think there would be like somewhere where I could pick up some kind of like saddlebag or harness type thing, not to like rope him, but just
What's the word for that kind of shop?
like a
The guy that makes saddles and stirrups and...
Stable?
No,
No.
there's a word for that
eh,
trade.
my fucking daughter does it. Begins with an E.
Equestrian.
That's it.
Something of that sort.
Equestrian just means off horses.
Ostler. An
I
ostler.
do that.
No, that's not the word. What the fuck is the word? Never mind. Anyway, there is a place in shop that sells wagon wheels, fucking horse saddles, straps,
that's right.
all those things. Yeah, of course. It's a big enough town that there's somewhere that sells these things, yes.
That was an idea.
Okay, so... Let me have a look at. I've got nothing marked on this map, but there's more in the folder than there is on the map. So let me have a look.
Or like even I
Right,
know there's stables back at Norm's and stuff, isn't there?
A tack shop or tack store.
Yeah. Horse, yeah, tack and saddle. Like
That's
I
it,
can't remember
yeah.
the fucking guy's name. What? Anyway, let me have a look in the town details again. In the next folder. No, there's a leather worker, it says, but there's not any details
Okay, that's
of.
good.
No, it's good. There's no details of, but there will be. There is a shop that sells a guy that sells these things and makes them. So, if you want to get a saddle or saddlebags for a bear, you could have them made. If he doesn't
Yeah.
already have something that fits, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. Sorry, I'm not being very clear. I would like to do that.
Okay. What exactly you want to get? You want to get a saddle for riding, or you just want to get saddlebags? You want to get a leash for leading him?
If he's making it some kind of like harness thing with saddlebags attached, so like a lead carry situation. I don't think it'd be fair to make people ride on. Like I know he's big. If somebody really really needed, but
Well, I
This
was.
is probably from Lena's Strong Arms Leather Shop.
Yep. So you. Yeah, he's here. So. Where are you? You are here. It's up here somewhere. Yeah, it's there. Okay. Lena Strongarm. Leather worker. So if you wanted like even a combination piece with a saddlebags, and a rope for leading him, he can put that all together for you from what he has.
yeah.
So he's just, he's bolting different straps and things together in different positions, stretching this bit out, reattaching this here to make it bigger to fit a bear, whatever. So whatever you want made can be made here.
That would be cool.
So you
to
want
have,
just like
yeah,
a saddlebags, lead rope kind of situation.
yeah.
All right. So you'd say come back later in the day then, because it'll take him a little while to make it. But you say for 2 gold pieces, they can get that made up for you. In fact,
Oh, nice.
no, it'd be a bit more because it's a specialist job. Let's say 5 gold pieces.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not expensive stuff. He's just modifying it a little bit for a specialist job, so 5 gold pieces. It's half a day's work for him.
Nice.
So he says come back later at the end of the day, end of business, and he'll have that ready for you.
Can I give him 6 gold pieces?
Absolutely, yeah.
Do people do that in D&D?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
I was going to say he's done like a good job for me.
you do whatever you want in D&D. But it's not ready now. It's going to be half a day. So he says come
later
back.
on.
Yeah, close the business. He says come back and that'll be ready for you. Yeah. So I guess you would explain to him that it's for a bear. You have to explain the size of the animal that it's going on and everything. I don't imagine you're walking around with a bear around town when you go to these shops. I take it he's back at the
No.
machine arms in the stables.
At the stables chilling.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you give him 6 gold pieces and he says come back later in the day and you can have that.
Nice.
Now it's 9 o'clock, so let's take a break, grab snacks, whatever. I need to go and grab some snacks, so.
I might need to just slightly longer than 5.
Not a
Because I
problem.
have to read a page of an book.
Yeah, not a problem. So we'll reconvene in 2 to 5 to 10 minutes. Alright, guys?
Sweet.
We
Thanks.
Yep.
speak soon. We speak soon. Ugh. Yo, thanks everybody so much for watching. I really appreciate all you guys on Twitch so much. It's a whole other dimension of being a dungeon master, having an audience. It was really difficult at first. I was really anxious and nervous about it. Now I'm okay with it. You guys are regular and like The fact that you come back makes me feel like I'm not as shit at doing this as I thought I was, and I really love that you all come back. I'm really grateful for everybody that's here. Right, I'm going back into voice with the guys. Cheers to the Dungeons and Dragons, everybody. Cheers to Gary Gygax, R.I.P.
Ooh.
Right, guys, I am back.
It even goes further up to the point where a 9th level caster, the basic effect is paralysis, and the special effect, if they fail to save, is instant death.
And some people would say that's rather overpowered for a first level spell.
Yes.
Yeah, but for a wizard to actually be an adventurer and make it to 9th level to reach that overpowered state. And thankfully Ryan doesn't use components, but the component cost is reflecting the power. Like for the first level effect, you have to have a gem of a white color. For the 9th level effect, you have to have a black gem.
Paul, I will use them where it's relevant.
Yeah.
Where it's
Having
relevant.
save or die as a first level spell
No.
is a bit excessive. I mean, evil priests don't get that till a 5th level spell.
Yeah, for that I would hope that he would, require me to have a black gem of at least 50 gold pieces value, because got a black gem, that's kind of hard to come by.
Not really. If you specialise in casting that spell, you probably have a special deal with the dwarves. Or the dwerger.
Oh, hey, look, we have a deep gnome in our party.
Don't say Durgar, you'll have Darrow be spitting through the fourth wall as he does.
You do realise that you can make jewellery out of polished obsidian, so obsidian counts as a semi-precious gem.
Yes, it does.
And that's black.
Yes, it is. So we're just chilling until Tammy comes back then, guys. How are you enjoying the session
here,
so
guys,
far?
sorry.
Oh, you're here. Anyway, so, okay, before we continue, because it is half time, how are you enjoying the session so far? I was talking with Twitch about how you have to find the balance. It can't be all action all the time.
I'm not against it.
You've got to have these roleplay downtime sessions in between. If it feels unrealistic if you're just walking in dungeon after dungeon after dungeon. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you hit us hard.
Yep. Yeah. You were in a mega dungeon. You were in and out about 4 times. You finished your quest and went back in. So yeah.
Yeah. And we needed to, and it's a DM choice. Some people do the trading offline, some people do it online. But and you like to role play the traders?
Yeah, not fully roleplay every transaction, every conversation, but they are characters in the game. They are NPCs. They are people with personalities. They have history. They have lore. They have backgrounds. So yeah. In a place like Machina, which is well fleshed out, yeah, definitely we do it.
And obviously Torm is... There's been more character interaction with Torm than with Annie.
Yeah. Torm and Norm and Marakai are all characters that have been NPCs that have had a great amount of interactions with parties throughout this game in its iterations as I've played it. Yeah, Norm and Torm were the two. Norm, Torm, and Marakai were like the first NPCs I wrote for this world, so they're very active.
And also, there's a difference where this is a continuing regular game.
Yeah.
There's one DM, Dave and I know, who for a long time we got stuck where session at a convention, the first hour and a half was trading in the alchemist shop.
I try. My responsibility here is just to try not to let trading take too long. It's all right for it to take a while when we have characters that have personalities, but you can't let it take too long. So, anybody else want to buy anything in town today? Before we call it close of business and Kiara going back to the leatherworker shop.
But we're hoping for about 50 sessions a year.
Yeah.
And having every half dozen sessions, having an hour or two of role playing with the traders is fine.
Absolutely, mate. I think we've got the balance. I think we have nailed it, I think one every 4 sessions we've had no combat, and I think that feels like a nice balance. I feel like it's flowing well. I'm not worried. I feel like it's going. Everything so far is going. The one thing, like, I lack in creativity, I lack in short-term memory. What I do have as a dungeon master is I have a great ability to improvise and get the flow right, get the flow of the game right. I think make it move at the right kind of pace. And I think because I'm considering an audience.
Actually, improvisation is an aspect of creativity.
Yeah, I suppose. And I guess the Twitch thing adds an element as a dungeon master. Because you've got an audience, it adds an element that you might not have been as concerned about the balance and the flow and how and that kind of thing before. Although it's always going to be a concern, I think I'm more aware of it. And it's more important because there's an audience. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, the players come first. It needs to feel good for you guys. You guys need to be happy with the pace. But I've got that whole extra element, and that's making me keep on my toes with that element of it.
Yeah.
So without further ado, let's move on with the game. Anybody else want to do anything in town today?
I think we've done.
Sweet.
Not that I can think of.
Okay, so around the close of business.
Apart from a visit to the herbalist.
There is a herbalist in town.
Yeah.
Yep, just to check and see whether he's got any stocks of cigars.
Where is the herbalist in town? If I marked it, yes, Stefan's got a big shop. Now, Stefan, okay, so, Sneaky Nook, you're going along there. I want to pull out the pink folder again, because I'm pretty sure Stefan and someone else are brothers. Ah, no, because it's Ledwick and Cedric that are brothers. So yeah, Stefan is the herbalist. He's got a massive big shop, because he's got plants growing. You know, it's like a nursery as well. So as well as selling them, he is cultivating them in a nursery. He sells herbs. What is it? What is it looking for there?
These are all above ground, are they? I asked him if he's got any cigars.
Not something he has in stock, actually. No. Have you tried just a regular trader in town? There's a regular trader shop. So as well as Annie's Adventure Essentials, you've got a trader. Trader Tim.
Okay, could you give directions to the trader? And
yeah,
go
so
there?
from where you are, you want to go... Wait, I moved the wrong character. Oh no, I've got 2 Sneaky Nooks on the map. Oops. So from where
You
you
can't
are,
trust these stalkers.
he says you go north to the... He says you go outside to the square, and then you go west to the Weeping Willow, and then you turn right at the Weeping Willow, and then left, and then it's the second shop on the right. No, it's not the second shop on the right. You go past 2 shops, you turn right, and it's the second shop. You see it on the map, though, eh?
Yep, would that be the Finn's Fancies?
Trader Tim.
Oh, Trader Tim.
Finn was the jeweler, the jeweler dealer and jewellery maker. The gnome, remember? He was a sleazy guy.
Okay. Make my way to Trader Tim's.
And you want to see if he's got cigars?
Well,
Yep.
if he has proper cigars.
Yeah, I would say that he's got regular tobacco cigars anyway. Tobacco products, yeah. No, that's not the kind of cigars you're after, eh?
No.
Also not the other kind of cigars that I'm after either. This is another kind of cigars you're after.
I pull out one of my stogies and ask if he's seen any like this in his trades.
Well, the thing is, he's been around here a long time. This is a town with a history of adventurers. It's a town with retired adventurers live here. He's seen many, many things in his days as a trader, and he's seen mushroom cigars before, yes.
Okay, in that case, I put out 5 gold pieces and slap it on the counter and say, next time he sees some, can he kind of keep putting them to one side for me?
Oh, and Tim will say yes, I certainly will. Good gnome, and he looks at you and gives you a wink.
Thank you.
But yeah, so what did you give him? 5 gold pieces to reserve any...
5 gold pieces to reserve any mushroom cigars.
Any mushroom cigars that come in, okay.
Well, it's going to be rare goods above ground, so if I'm quite happy to make contact.
The thing that surprises me in this game is we've had mushroom cigars, and we're 18 sessions in, so like 18 for me and 14 for Tammy, and we've still not had any mention of any other kind of narcotic substances that you would smoke. That's interesting.
Well, I was quite keen to, when I heard the herbalist had a nursery.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That might have perked up your attention. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is, this is a medieval world, not just a fantasy world. It's a medieval world. You smoke tobacco. You smoke cannabis. Yes, of course you can buy weed in a world like this, Tammy. That's the answer to my question that I made you ask for vicariously.
Where can I score some G?
Where can you score some weed? You want to know? I mean, you could probably just buy it from traders. The same kind of traders that sell tobacco products would sell it. It's not illegal in a situation like this.
Sweet. Yeah, I probably want to buy some.
Okay, and it's not going to be. It's not going to be like narcotic expensive drug prices like it is in a modern society. It's a crop. It's a plant like tobacco, like anything else, like coffee. I don't know. Do you have coffee in the medieval? No, coffee's not medieval, is it? Coffee's post-medieval. There's no coffee, but yeah, there's weed. And it's only going to cost
you. It's a form of hemp, isn't it?
Yes, and
hemp's used for rope and clothing.
Yeah.
Sweet. If I could buy that, then I probably want to buy like some big ass like bling looking pipe to smoke it.
Okay, that's cool. So you can get a pipe at the traders, and you can buy tobacco products or cannabis, hemp products at the traders.
Sweet.
In a medieval situation like this, right, hemp will be used as an industrial crop. It will be used for fibre. It will be used for seeds for food. It will be used for all the things that it can and should be used for in our modern society, hemp. But it'll be just like in the real world, the females that don't go near males and then flower and get that sticky smelly shit, people are going to smoke that to feel nice. It's medieval, but they did then as well. So yeah, of course, 100%.
Of course, the authorities will try and tax it.
It's only in the same sense that they will tax a trader who sells these products, like tobacco products, as well.
Right. Well, unlucky, but
No.
I will go back and rejoin Darrow and Cornaith and wait for them to decide where we're going.
Yeah, so no mushroom cigars available, but I'd say for Kiara, she can get a nice herbal smoke and a nice pipe to smoke it in. Absolutely. So that's
Darrow,
it.
How
Darrow?
long will it take to get to... I've gone blank
Elmsmere?
again.
Rockport, Rockholm.
No, the magic user is our next port of call.
Oh, I thought you meant how long will it take to get to the next place. Sorry.
So, yeah, Maracai's
Well, it
house.
is the next place.
Half a day's travel through the woods.
Yeah. No, we left it too late today. Probably have.
Well, I mean, it depends what you want to do at the guy's house. The guy lives
We
there,
can still
so...
travel, it'd just be dark.
Except, but Kiara's Kiara's ordered some tackle.
So that's end of business, that's close of business.
End
so
of
like
business.
evening time, 8 o'clock or whatever.
So we spend one more night here and head south tomorrow.
Maybe we spend a quiet night.
Pardon?
Before bed.
No drinking, you mean?
Yeah, well, little drink. Less. I wasn't rough.
Maybe you just spend at the machine
Well,
arms again.
Darrow's not going to have better beer today than he had for lunch.
Yeah, you had the good beer for lunch at Torm's, so you're not bothered about having a drink tonight.
Yeah.
All right.
We overnight and night, and then we head south promptly tomorrow.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to spend another night in the Machine Arms, yeah?
Yep.
And we'll have changed stuff into gems.
Okay. So yeah, any money you want to sell into gems, you can do at Finn's place. Finn's Fancies, the shop is called.
Okay. So we update Eleanor, who doesn't seem to have done any trading.
Nope.
So explain to her we're heading south.
Maybe she doesn't have any cash. Sorry, we didn't. We split anything with her?
No, and we didn't find significant loot when we were with her.
Or maybe she's poor then.
We let her get back all of those magic items we found.
Should we see if she needs any?
She has some money.
Okay.
She has enough money to buy whatever she needs, like.
Okay.
And she's already well equipped. She has +1 armor, shield, and sword.
I've thought of what I might buy. How much is holy water?
You wouldn't pay for it. Be free.
Or to put it another way, how much holy water am I allowed to have?
Oh, they would give you 6 bottles down at the church. For free.
Right, let's say we haven't yet met any undead, but... I'm actually looking at it, I had holy water ×2, so I can make it up to...
Up to 8. You're in favour with Marcus at the Church of Cord, the friend of Norm. And he'll have some available now, because it's been a while since you took any. I'd say you could get up to 6 bottles, and he won't charge you for it.
Has Eleanor got holy water of her own?
No, she's not carrying holy water.
Does she want a vial?
She'll carry some holy water, yeah.
So in that case, if I count the rest of... Yeah, so I'll give 1 each to the rest of the party, including Eleanor.
Oh.
Okay, people?
Okay, so everybody add 1 holy water to your sheet.
Cornaith looks at
Where do I put it? Sorry.
Just in
Cornaith looks at the bottle. He looks at Darrow and he says, "You and her are confused about what your god really is, and you expect me to trust in this?"
I don't really believe in gods, but I'll,
Yeah,
for
but
like the sake of being polite and
approaching you, and you can't hit them with the magic weapon you haven't got.
The thing is, Tammy, in this fantasy world, there's no such thing as an atheist. You can not worship any gods. You can't disbelieve
yeah, well, that's
them.
what I mean. Sorry, I meant not worship.
You don't worship any gods.
Because I did read about gypsy bards.
Yeah. You don't worship any gods, but there's no atheism here. The gods are very much real.
I'm sorry, I was a poor or not.
No. I'm just I'm just for clarity. Although you don't worship any god in particular, you or don't even revere them as holy. You can be an atheist in a term that you don't revere these gods as being holy. You can be that. Yeah. You can be that kind of atheist, but there's no denying the existence.
Holy water does damage to undead and to evil off-planar creatures.
Yep, it does splash damage, like as if you were throwing acid at a human.
Do I put it in other items of value?
No, you can just put it on your inventory. Like, see the list of items? Hang on, I'll open up your
Hold
sheet.
on. Yeah.
So, scroll down to there. Under, oh no, here, gear. So Holy water. £1.
You can add it at the end.
Like that. You see that?
I'm removing, from what I keep on my character sheet, I'm removing the dagger and scimitar. I'm just assuming they're Kiara's now.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I still have them.
I've still got the scarf to get rid of, but there wasn't anywhere. I've got something written down as...
Who's carrying the scarf? What exactly did they name it? The scarf of...
What I've got it down as the scarf of everlasting preservation.
Everlasting preservation, that's right. Don't need to maintain something if it's wrapped up in that. I'm still trying to work out how you made that, don't I, Sammy?
What? Oh.
And basically, I'm deleting most of the section.
Did you take wealth off your sheet for what you bought, Tammy? What did you buy again? Remind me. You bought a
So
scroll.
I've written it down here. So I bought a level 2 blindness scroll for 250, and 12 healing potions
No, for 200. That was
350, and a harness for Charlemagne for 6 gold pieces.
Yeah, so the healing
And I
potions were
had-
300, so you've got
Yeah, but I had like
2850 now.
240 in gold. Should I have changed those first? Because I had
No, it's
value
okay.
in gems.
I'm changing your value in gems. I've changed it to 2850.
Sweet.
So that takes
Thank
off
you.
everything you've spent.
So everything else the same, and 2854 in gems.
2850. I've changed it for you in your sheet. I'm gonna
Yeah, that's cool.
I have to quickly run to the
Thank you.
bathroom anyway, so bear with me a second.
See, the only downside for Cornaith is he does have limitations.
I'm ready.
He's not the generic mage who can learn any spell for any occasion.
Such as Fireball, Lightning Bolt. They're not on your list of spells to get at 3rd level.
I mean, they are if I give up my specialization at like a 30% chance to learn them.
I think you should stay specialised.
Mm-hmm.
They rely on Yara potentially getting one or the other. Anyway, so we'll be ready to head out tomorrow unless anything happens.
Yep.
Mhm.
So you want to spend the night in the machine arms?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll spend the night in the stable with the bear.
Alright. That's cute.
I've got bedroll. Plus, I need him to like me enough to strap shit on his back.
Yeah, you're softening them up for that,
A little bit.
Fair enough. Okay, so you sleep in the stable with the bear. Everybody else sleeps in the room. Everybody that's not on full hit points can be at full hit points because you've got enough healing spells between you. But you're all on full hit points. Cornaith, look at that double figures, mate. Only took you to what, level 4? To get double figures hit points?
Right.
With the +4 that you got at the start. So anybody watching, rules is written, AD&D 2nd edition, you get 1d4 hit points as a level 1 mage. In my homebrew rule, you get an extra hit dice, so it's 4 plus d4. And he's at level 4, he was at level 3 with 7 hit points. The poor fucking guy. And he just rolled 4, so he's now finally at level 4 into double digits hit points. You're a squishy boy, and you've almost died a couple of times, eh?
At least twice.
At least twice, from memory. There was a gelatinous cube, and what else?
A fucking sneak attack by a bat, if I remember correct.
A bat.
Oh, yeah,
Fucker
yeah.
flew
at the
over
beginning.
top.
Yeah.
Fucker flew over top of everybody and bit me.
That's right. Squishy. Anyway, so the night passes uneventfully. You all have a great sleep. Cara, maybe yours is a little bit not so great because you're sleeping in the hay and that. But yeah, you're all good.
And we'll have got directions from Norm or whoever
To
on how
Malachi.
to get
Yeah.
the maid.
He'll give you directions to go through the road and then cut into the woods, or just go through the woods. So let me pull up the map to show you what I mean.
Which should take less time. Hold on, I'm just drawing the map. Getting the right window up, okay?
So, you are here.
Yes.
For the benefit of Twitch, anything that's in that kind of greyed out, the guys don't see that when they're looking at the map. They only see the things that are in bold. So they see these light blue things and the dark blue things. They don't see any of that green and red writing. The only green writing they see is that one there. This is all from previous campaigns. This may or may not be there this time. So yeah, you are here. Maracai's house is here. So you could go along the road. Where's the thing? The measure. You could do that and walk along the road and then go in, or you pretty much, but the thing is, that's not a road. That last leg of that is not a road like this big road, but there is a track there. There is a smaller road there. This way there's no road. That's just straight through woods.
Over the river
well,
and through the woods, random encounters, ho.
By the look of it,
So what I really
it's
need to
actually
do-
by the look of it, if that map is accurate, this is Sneaky Nook in scout mode. It would actually be quicker to go across the farmland to the edge of the forest here, and then cut in there. That's a shorter road through the forest, I think.
Now, what layer did I draw that on? I've drawn that on objects and tokens. Right, okay, I've just drawn a bit. You see what I drew? Now I need to
The
just put...
kilometres.
No, see the little
Oh.
black lines I drew? If I put them on the map layer, that adds that to the map. So there is a little bit of path there as well. But there's no path this way.
Okay, so there is a path through the wood there.
Yes.
The squiggly.
Yes, do you see what I did?
Yep.
Cool.
How easy is it to get lost in these woods?
Well, you've got a stalker as your up front in the party,
Yes.
so you would hope
And a
for you
bear
gu-
and a gypsy.
Yeah, you would hope not that easy for you guys. You would hope surely you don't get lost in these woods.
We kind of deserve to if we do.
I don't think we'll get lost. Then the route suggested by Sneaker Nook looks like the one.
Well, if there is a path, then we're unlikely to get lost on it. If there isn't a path, then we'll be going by dead reckoning. But if
If
there's
an
a
elf-
path,
If an elf gets lost in the woods, we're fucked. Just saying.
I'm assuming there's a big time difference between going the shorter route
Yes.
and going entirely by roads and paths.
Yes. The shorter route will take you twice as long. Half the time, sorry.
After we had a couple, actually we've got more than one elf with us thinking about it.
2 elves and a half elf.
Yeah. Yeah, so Darrow's a bit impatient. Wants to go the route. Thinks it saves a lot of time if we do the route as suggested by Sneaky Nook.
Okay.
Sneaky Nook.
How's everybody else feeling?
Cornet's fine with a trip through the woods.
Yeah.
Dungeon Master and his random encounter table's fine with their trip through the woods.
I'm always down for a trip to the woods.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Different kind of mushroom mission, this one, David.
Maybe.
Well, I have been on overground training sessions, so I am familiar with these kind of tall wooden things. They're much tougher than fungi.
Okay. I just want to check something. Because I know what random encounter I want to do. But, now let's roll on a table, and then I'll just make a token, make a sheet. I can do it in 5-10 minutes if I need to. Let's do a random encounter in the woods. Yeah?
Could we make it nice, though?
No. Well, it might be nice. Where's the random encounter table that's got some nice things on it? But loads of bad things.
Depends
Yeah.
how you interpret them.
For forests. For forests.
The forest has not been my friend when it comes to Twitch.
Nah. Come on, right. What random encounter table do I use? You guys know the DMGs and the monster manuals and that better than me.
I don't.
Okay, roll 2d20.
Roll 2d20. $26.
So you decide on a well, now that's weird. It tells you to roll. It tells you 2d20, and it gives you
What are you looking at?
roll results for 2 to 20.
Oh. Just
The,
number 6 then.
The random encounter table in
2
DMT.
to 20 is 2d10.
Yeah, but it says 2d20. That's why I said 2d20.
2 to 20 it means. Is that what you're saying?
Probably.
So it's 2d10.
But yeah, I guess you would roll 2d10.
Yeah, and it's 6.
2d10.
Oh, wow. Well, you know what? You can tell roll 20 dice to fuck off because the roll result of 18 is very rare or rare. DM's choice.
Dear
So you
Charles.
get to decide on a rare or very rare encounter.
Oh, the one I had lined up isn't that rare. So where's a random table for rare or very
Was
rare
that a fucking
encounters?
crocodile?
No, let's have a random table.
There's more in detail
Do you want-
ones
do you want
in
a random
other
table?
books.
I want a random table for rare or very rare encounters.
Of like a unicorn that wants to be your pet or something?
Nah, the unicorn's got its own storyline.
Oh. I bet they're not nice either.
Encounters. Random encounters. Encounter
Try
table.
that one.
Right. You find 4 scorpions picking apart a dead deer. 4 giant scorpions picking apart a dead deer
Oh dear.
by the river.
The big question is, does Cornaith have to save Sinikinook with a scare spell again?
Roll for surprise, Sninkinook.
Hi.
Only him, because he's up front.
Righty-ho, and that's a D10, yes, a D10.
Not surprised. Okay, so you're far enough away that you can just run away if you want. You can get away from this and avoid a combat.
I shall move quietly back to Darrow and say there's 4 giant scorpions over there eating a deer.
They've not seen you. They're eating a deer, I'm eating a beer.
They're in our way. Is it safe leaving them in the woods?
I'm going to get another one from the fridge while you... Out of character, when you fought giant scorpions before, I nerfed them so their poison wasn't save or die. What you don't know this time is whether I've done it or not this time.
Yeah, I don't know, but the reason we went and fought giant insects, etc., last time was because they were
Because you had cause to.
because they were in town. Yeah, there's no
yeah.
obvious reason why we should. So if we can bypass them, we should.
Right, we'll try and make our way round them then.
Okay.
I am fully on board with that idea.
Alright, so you had the chance to avoid this one, and you chose to do so. So, it'll still be later in the morning. Probably not quite. Well, yeah, nah, it'd be after lunchtime. It'll be early in the afternoon by the time you get to Maracai's house.
Yes, okay.
Let me just pull that map up and pull you guys onto it. Well done for walking away from a fight. That's the first time I think you've done that.
Guys, I'm sorry. I might start fighting with yous. I had my tokens selected. I had my sheet in. I knew what I was doing. I was fucking ready.
You were ready for
I
a
was
scrap,
ready to go, and we've went past them. I feel like running back.
There will be plenty more stuff to kill, Tammy.
then.
Oh, but I don't think I'll ever be that ready again, guys.
Okay, so early afternoonish, you come to a house in the woods after following the directions that Norm gave you. It's a very nondescript house, just a little cabin in the woods, like you'd expect to see somewhere in the woods. A woodsman's cabin or a hunter's cabin almost.
Knock on the door.
Someone's out.
You knock on the door.
Yeah.
Okay. So, a minute goes by. A minute and a half, I guess, maybe. You hear a shuffle and a groan. And an old man comes to the door. He opens the door. First he just peeks out a little bit. And then he smiles. And he opens the door wide. The man in front of you is quite a tall man. He looks like he's a little hunched over with age, yet he's still quite tall for a human. He has long grey hair, a long grey beard. Picture your stereotype mage, I guess. But his beard and his hair is very unkempt, almost dreadlocks in some places, just from not putting a brush through it in years and years. You can see, when you open the door, you can see the house is very cluttered and full. On closer inspection, you see it's dirty and hasn't been dusted in years, but on your first glance, you see how full and cluttered it is. The man himself is quite unkempt and quite untidy, smiling at you with dirty, rotten teeth, but with what seems to be a very genuine happiness to see you. And he says, fair afternoon, good, and he looks around you, good adventurers. What brings you to my neck of the woods?
Norm mentioned you to us. In fact, I think you did a favour on our behalf when he sent you a ring to identify.
You're the friends of Norm. You were working for him underneath with his troubles. Yes. Come in. Friends of Norm, friends of mine. Come in my house. Come in my home. Come to see me. Come to visit me. Come on. I am Maracai, by the way. Welcome to my home.
I am champion of Barrack. Great champion of Barrack.
I am Maracai the Sage.
Yeah. It's because you are sage that we were interested in meeting you.
And because you're friends of Norm, and because I clearly see you are adventurers, I'm very interested in meeting you, good Darrow. And your friends. Introduce your friends to me, good Darrow.
So I introduced them in the, starting with those nearest to Maracai.
Okay. I've not got a map or anything for this house. This is just theatre of the mind at the moment.
Cornay steps forward and bows deeply and says, I am Cornaith, Master Enchanter.
I'm Kiara. I don't know how to describe myself. And this is Charlemagne, our bear.
You are a bear. How charming. Okay, come in, bear. Come in, Charlemagne.
And I introduce Eleanor and
Eleonora
and
lifts her chin up slightly. She's still very meek, and everything. And the whole time that she's just kind of dragging along with you wherever you go. She's not saying anything. She very meekly lifts her chin up a little bit and says, "Greetings, Marakai. I am Eleonora, also priest of Barrathram. It's a great honor to meet you."
Does he react at all?
Hey, he reacts just the same as he is with everyone else when he's meeting you. "Oh, it's so nice. It's very nice to meet you. Any friend of Norm's is a friend of mine." And he doesn't really pay any kind of attention to her having a different manner to the rest of you, whereas she's very... I mean, I don't know if the rest of you are reserved, but she's very reserved, and she's very shy, and she's very... But it's not just reserved and shy, she's like got her tail between her legs, you know? She feels like she feels lost, like her cause is lost, almost.
And one thing I should warn you is on our journey here, we passed some giant scorpions.
Ah, Darrow, the woods around here are dangerous. All sorts of manner of monsters.
Yeah.
For centuries.
I suspected you could deal with them yourself, but
Yeah.
it was fair to mention their existence.
Well, thank you, but yes, the woods around here are dangerous if you don't know them. Centuries and centuries, these islands have been the wizard's playground. There are many leftovers from this and from that, and although the great war with the evil races is over, there are, that we still suffer from the same problems as anyone around these parts. Wolves and dire wolves and all, Yeah, giant scorpions. I've seen giant fire-breathing lizards in these woods. Some have claimed dragons, but they're not dragons. But there are, in these woods here, yeah, giant fire-breathing dragons. Further south on the island in the Fangwood, giant spiders, big wolves and dire wolves. Yeah, the woods can be a dangerous place. But it's okay, you're in my home, you're my friends, you're safe here. I'm so pleased to meet you.
Giant eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was big ass birds.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned those. Did you see them too?
Yeah, I've seen them.
I saw. He looks at you all and he's like measuring you up with his eyes and like for trust and. But he's obviously a wise man. I saw giant eagles fly over here not a few days ago.
Was one being ridden?
Not that I could see, but it was something that I glanced and saw for the briefest of seconds through a gap in the trees in the forest here. I almost could have imagined it. I almost wasn't sure if I hadn't imagined it until you mentioned it also.
Because,
Very interesting
I
indeed.
see.
This is not something I've seen around here, and I've lived out here in the woods for many years. And I can tell you about bears and wolves and dire wolves and giant spiders and all these things, but no, these giant eagles, this is not something I've seen before.
Which way were they headed?
Northeast, my friend.
Right, that's... And we tally the time, does that fit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a couple of days
I think
ago.
so.
Yeah,
We
so,
stayed 2 nights with Norm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it was a few days ago.
yeah, so it fits.
It does.
Yeah. Because there was someone riding one of those eagles who intends no good.
Eleonora will kind of shuffle forward again meekly and say, "This is the man who destroyed my church. A man riding a giant eagle casting spells from above. He destroyed my church. He smashed it to bits with bolts of lightning." And he was riding a giant eagle.
How does the sage react?
One eyebrow goes up. Curious. Curious indeed. And who do you say this man is?
He did not. Well, I look to Eleonora. Did he name himself?
Eleonora didn't get a name. He was a madman. He was uttering madman's rants. Screaming and yelling and...
And he declared he was after the artifacts of Barakthram.
Yes. And as far as you know, he has it? Because when you went looking, when Eleonora buried it, she had the real sword. Turns out, she was hiding it. But when she almost got caught in that goblin lair, she buried it. And then when you guys went to look for it, it was not there. So you at the moment don't know who has it.
And he was allied with goblins and bugbears.
Yeah, he tilts his head as he says this, as you say this, and looks at you. Not just raising an eyebrow, he's tilting his head now. Goblins and bugbears, you say, eh?
Yeah.
This is very interesting, very important news. I think I have to have a meeting with Norm. This is something that I think something I have to talk to Norm in person. We just have to discuss what's going on here. Goblins and bugbears, that's... And where did you encounter goblins and bugbears, pray tell?
Corsair.
That's very close to here. Yes, I think I will be having a meeting.
Underground, and deep underground, Doragar too.
Ah, dear, if you're deep underground, you're going to find Eargar. There's nothing we can do about that. It always has been, and I think it always will be. But goblins and orcs, they've been banished from this continent for a long time.
So this man's mission against the Church of Barakthram may be intended to revive them. Am I saying that?
Oh, so this man, you say, is an enemy of your church, and he has stolen a holy artifact of your church. And your quest is to find this holy item, and you believe that this man is riding the same giant eagles that I saw flying northeast of here a couple of days ago.
Yeah. The quest I was sent on was to find another branch of my church on this island. And I did find another branch of my church, but it was on Corsair
I see.
rather than this island.
I see.
So partially, if anyone, and our two churches were ignorant of each other's existence until recently.
Okay.
But therefore, there's the possibility there might be a third church on this island that neither of us is aware of. But you are a sage, so if anyone was going to be aware of it, you might.
Ah, fair dwarf. The workings of the gods and the churches is not something I've had time in my life to study. I've spent a lot of time studying a lot of things, and the ways of the gods has always been a mystery to me. It's not something I can provide counsel on. The workings and the ways of the gods, I'm afraid. I am a wise man, and they call me sage for a reason, but I'm afraid I draw a blank when it comes to the divine...
Right.
The divine ones and all their goings on in the church. It's not something I've ever taken part in.
What about wanting to find out why these big ass eagle birds are here?
This is something I'm
enlightened.
very
Yeah,
curious
yeah.
about, young lady. Yes. This is why, and when you mention orcs and bugbears to me on an island very close to here, this is why I have to go see Norm straight away. Norm is a counsellor and advisor of mine, as I am to him. And if anything major goes on in these parts, we will always have to convene and discuss.
So unless you're aware of any other person who might know more of the religions on this island than you do, then my mission is to return to my home church, because if these eagles were headed northeast, they might have been headed towards Panthea.
And Panthea is the home of your church, yes, Dorf? You are from Rockholm, the Dwarven city. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just trying to put everything together, where you come from, where you say your church is, you come looking for a church. Yes, okay, I follow. And so you feel there's a connection to this man who has potentially stolen a holy artifact of your church. There's a connection to this man and these eagles that I saw a few days ago fly northeast of here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so glad you've come to counsel me on this. You seem very wise adventurers. I can see why you're friends of Norm.
We worked for him.
Now,
But
you'll notice his whole demeanour and his whole manner has become less frivolous, less jovial. He's very serious now.
yeah. Are there any questions you wish to ask us? But if you're headed to Messina, we would be headed to Ellesmere for unless you know a way of getting a message to my church.
I don't know anything about your church, Dwarf. I don't know anyone from there. I don't have any passage of communication with them, I'm afraid.
Don't think he can help with it. I don't think he likes religion.
So for now, and this man probably also had giant work for him.
A giant?
It was quite a feeble giant, but a giant nonetheless. May not have been fully grown.
Giants are also a troubling piece of information. Giants, goblins, bugbears, all of these are words that should not be uttered in these parts and have not been for a long time, and it's very troubling to hear them. I mean, this information will have to go higher up than myself and Norm. This will have to go right to government. But I have to have a personal meeting on a personal level with Norm about what's going on here.
And the troll.
The troll was an employee of goblins or a giant?
The troll was in the area where the goblins lived.
Now, when it comes to the races that are were involved in a war and the races that are politically banned and were banished, the trolls is not part of that. Trolls are an unintelligent creature that be used by the evil races like the orcs and the goblins as soldiers or whatever.
Now, Darrow having fought them and the rest of the party having fought them, any monsters I may have forgotten that you consider relevant?
No, no, story-wise, it was goblins, the big goblin, Ankh Fishhead, there was a giant, and there was that man. But you didn't actually fight him, but yeah, those are the relevant parties.
Yeah.
You fought with wargs, you fought with Durgar after you went down through that grate and went like half a mile underground.
And we don't know, excuse me, we don't know that there's any tie between the man who destroyed the church and the goblins and bugbears that we
You
encounter.
don't know for sure. You only have a hunch because Eleonora, when she was hypnotized, said that she saw a man. She doesn't know that it was the same man, but she saw a man with the goblins and the bugbears when she was captured.
Yeah. So if there's any other questions you have to ask us, do so.
And your quest, to be clear, your quest now takes you to. You want to go back to your home church on the island of Panthea. You're going back to Rockholm, Darrow, yes?
I must warn my home church, because if this man is after the artifacts of Barathram, he may be attacking my home church.
Okay. And you're going there now. This is what you'll do next.
Yes. Which is why when we leave, we're likely to be leaving in different directions.
Yes, I mean we would part ways on the main road.
Yeah.
Why is this guy so keen to know where we're going?
Because your friends of Norm, because you're giving them this information that's...
Okay, so like he's asking in like an interested way, rather than like a suspicious way.
genuinely
Okay,
cares.
okay.
Like what you're telling him is major stuff, and genuinely cares, and it's important and wants to know. Yeah.
Okay.
In that kind of sense, he's asking you.
So he's not like asking because you need to be suspicious of.
He doesn't seem suspicious of you.
Okay.
Not at like your basic perception. Of course,
Okay.
there are spells and magical means to know that if he's suspicious or not. But with your basic
Oh,
perception
see
of it,
now you're making.
He's doing his job well.
that's a dungeon master's job. Aye.
No, I was just clearing that up because he was.
Yeah, he's asking the right questions. He wants to know exactly what's going on when you're telling him all this information about goblins and Durgar and all these things. Yeah.
You are able to reach Machina by yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I can look after myself if that's what you're asking. I mean, I'll travel by the road, and the road should be safe apart from any unintelligent random thing like a bear I might come across, but something like that. I mean, no offense. He talks. No offense. No offense, Charlemagne. No offense. But yeah, no, I'm okay. I can take care of myself. Why do you wish to accompany me?
No, I just wanted to check that you could do your mission confidently.
Oh, yes, of course. I'll travel tomorrow. I'll go the long way. I'll take my time. I'll travel tomorrow. It's safe in the daylight. The road is busy with merchants.
Right. Well, I think Davos discussed what he's interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Whether there's a mage who has all sorts of things he's interested in is another question, Paul.
Let me pull up his character sheet, just remind myself what level of mage this guy is.
Don't say it out loud.
I won't. I'm reminding myself. I'll pull it over so Twitch doesn't even see it. Okay.
So once Darrow is finished, Cornaith will step forward, and well, dear sir, I see that you have probably lived about 3/4 of the time that I have. And I'm sure in that short span of time you've acquired a great amount of knowledge.
Oh, yes.
I humbly ask you, since we both seem to share the same disdain for divine magic, we also share an interest in the structured arcane magic. Would you allow me access to your spell books, perhaps to aid this good dwarf in his ultimately good goal of not allowing evil to overtake the world?
Now, to give you access to my spellbooks is not something I would even be physically able to do if I wanted to. With all the bindings and the locks and the wards and the magics and this, of course, no. You couldn't read in my spellbooks, no. You couldn't even begin to understand the codex, the algorithms that I've used to encode the magic so that only I can read it. No. But what I can do with you is I can trade with you. Of course, I have many scrolls around here that I'd be willing to sell for you at a trader's fair rate. And I will buy them from you as well.
I am but a humble beginner. No, you likely know everything that I already know.
Of course, but I'm being polite. But yes, if you want to buy any knowledge from me, you can. I live out here in the woods. I'm an old man. I don't have the means to farm. I have to buy all my food. I have to live. I mean, your gods, wherever they are, they won't pay my bills. So yeah, I can sell you magic, of course.
I was particularly interested in 4 spells that you may possibly have.
Okay, so let me just make a note of this for consistency and continuity. I'm writing something down.
See, if we get lucky here, Cornaith will never have to buy a horse.
One, right, so any spell, you want to buy a scroll, I've given you a chance, right? Just like we did in the traders. So, pay attention. Level 1 spell, 90%. Level 2 spell, 75%. Level 3 spell, 50%. Level 4 spell, 25%. Level 5 spell, 10%. Level 6 spell, 7%. Level 7 spell, 5%. Level 8 spell, 2%. Level 9 spell, 1%. Whatever spell you want, you've got a chance that he will have it available in a scroll to sell to you.
Cornaith particularly is interested in 2 first level and 2 second level.
Okay. So we'll roll for it. One at a time. What spells would you like to buy from him?
Find familiar.
Okay, so he has it.
Mount.
He has it. That's level 1, yeah?
Those are both level 1, yes.
Okay, so he has it.
And in the level 2s, Mouse Acid Arrow and Summon Swarm.
75% of level 2. Yes. And no. So he didn't have the second one, Summon Swarm, but he had Mel's Acid Arrow.
3 out of 4 ain't bad.
I've just taken a photo of my chances so that I could document that. It saves me writing it down again. I'll post that in Discord and Burning Stuff. For consistency and continuity, that's going to be my new catchphrase. For consistency and continuity. Because I'm just reminding myself how important it is because I'm a stoner and I forget every shit. Right. So, the first 2 he had, the level 1 spells he had, both of them available. The level 2 spells he had the one and not the other one. So you want to buy them?
Yes.
He'll charge you the going rate, which is 100 gold pieces per level for a scroll. So a level 1 scroll is 100 gold pieces, a level 2 scroll is 200 gold pieces.
Okay, and there was a thought from a companion that made perfect sense, which was knock.
So he's got a knock. He's got that scroll.
Okay. Player asking here. Anyone else have any suggestions or preferences? Keep in mind, Cornaith has an insane chance to learn spells, so I'm
Right.
not against any suggestions.
As a DM who misses being a player, I've got a suggestion for my favourite spell, Tammy. As a new player, here's a cool spell, Grease. Grease is loads of fun. For a low level spell, fucking lot of fun. Buy it and read it later. That's what I suggest.
It is very fun. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, it is like. Basically, it's a spell. I think it's 10 by 10 foot area. You cast it on an area of ground, and it makes it really slippery. So anybody coming run to attack you, they have to save or fall on their ass. And it's a fun spell.
Guys, I think my new thing, rather than just charging in all the time now because I don't have Taken, might be that I just get spells based on what they sound like, know nothing about them, and use them blind.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, go for it. Right, so get Grease. It's an awesome spell. Right, so you've got a 90% chance that he's got it. So you have to roll it first.
Me?
Yeah, go. You roll it then.
Oh,
Yep.
fucking sweet, yes. Hold on, a D100.
Yep, 90 or less.
Ooh, yeah.
Oi, just. Right, so he's got that available. If you want to buy Grease, he's got Grease. Level 1 scroll, it's 100 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Did you get mirror image before?
No, I got fuck me, I'm sorry. I got blindness. I didn't. You didn't have mirror image.
Have you added to your character sheet, to your spell book?
Paul did, I think.
Nice.
I added
Thanks, Paul.
blindness to her sheet,
Thanks,
yes.
Paul.
So mirror image is just as relevant here as it was there.
Yeah. You've got much better chance here. What's mirror image? Level 2 spell?
Yeah.
75% chance.
Yeah.
Who's rolling it? There you are.
Oh, shame you didn't roll that when you were going for a level 7.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
One in stock. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's available. Mirror image, was that, yeah?
Yes.
There
That's
you go. You
level 2.
can. Yep, so that'll cost you 200 gold if you want to buy it.
Fuck it, yeah.
Nice.
I think that's my new thing.
Did you get Stinking Cloud?
No. Wasn't available, I think. It's shit, I can't remember an hour ago, but...
It wasn't available, yeah, sorry, you're right. Sorry, I was writing at the same time.
Okay, so do you want to try again for Stinking Cloud? Is that level 2?
That's level 2 too.
75% chance that he's got a scroll available to sell. Nice.
Yes.
There you go, that's 200 gold.
Now, other spells flicking through, Paul. I'm not sure which ones you can or cannot cast.
I cannot
yes.
cast. I cannot cast from invocation, evocation, or necromancy. Everything else is available.
So what about ESP? Strength.
This is a nice place to stock up on them, like.
ESP is nice. The only downside is I have to concentrate on the target, and it's only surface thoughts.
What's strength? That was the other suggestion from Peter.
I like strength. Strength could come in handy, especially when Darrow is getting ready to charge in. I can't remember, is that first or second level?
Second.
Alright, so first roll is going to be strength, and the second one is going to be darkness, 15 foot.
Okay. Got it? Got it.
Nice. And on that note, if there's no other suggestions, Cornaith is done.
Okay. Any other suggestions for Kiara then? Because she's new to D&D, remember, she doesn't know about
hold
the
on.
spells.
Yeah. Can I try this twist and pattern one?
The hypnotic pattern, yeah. Was
Yeah,
that
yeah.
level 1 or level 2, guys? Remind me.
2.
Right, so you got a 75% chance that he's got that in stock. Boom! Motherfucker, what a roll.
Yes.
He rolled 4 again. So
Yeah.
he's got that if you want to buy it, 200 gold.
Yeah, I do.
Another one that's useful in very specific circumstances is detect invisibility.
I can see invisible things.
No. This is not true, remember.
Yeah, now you
We had a
point
fight
that
about
out.
this.
Yeah.
We had a fight about this. You cannot
Please,
see invisible things.
Yeah.
I stand corrected. I can see invisible things that are invisible by magic.
Yes.
We buy the spell. Invisibility.
Artificially invisible.
If they're improved invisible, then they're more of a challenge.
And if it's a natural ability that is invisibility like an elf,
Yeah.
like hiding, a wood elf hiding or whatever, you don't see that. Remember, we had that when she was trying.
Right.
When she was trying to bury her friend or trying to prepare her friend's gravesite in secret.
Yeah.
We had that.
Right.
Oh my god. and nobody-
Magical invisibility, I can see.
Yeah.
Do you know what I've really liked about this whole session, actually, is we've got loads of clarity on rules and, like, lots of continuity.
Yeah.
Consistency and
Oh.
continuity.
Oh, fuck me. Oh, son of a bitch.
What's wrong, mate? What's wrong?
You know, I'm really
Are
right
you
now,
upset, Paul?
right now,
Are you alright,
right
mate?
this moment, I am completely and totally tempted to give up my fucking specialization.
Why? What spell
You just
are you
spotted
looking
a
at?
really lovely spell. You want.
What spell are you looking at?
I cannot learn the motherfucking spell copy because it is evocation.
That would make your life so much easier. Don't give up your
Are you
specialization.
fucking kidding me?
Don't give up specialization for that.
Guys, I'm sorry. I have to go shout at my kid for 2 seconds.
Do your thing.
Okay.
Which one? The little one?
The big one. The
The
big
big one.
one.
Okay. No worries. We're
Dude,
not,
do you know
we're in the
do you
middle
know
of
how
combat, everything's
frustrating
let's
that
go.
is for a fucking wizard, though, to find out that he can't learn copy? Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, yeah, that's a bit of a nightmare. But
Yeah,
it's-
it was why
Well,
I
you realise that that's because you pride yourself on your handwriting.
yeah.
Now,
why I
though,
thought various spells were universal.
there is one that I'm really, really hoping for. And at a 90% chance, I've got a really good chance. Y'all are going to love me for this one.
Go on then.
Protection from hunger and thirst.
Ooh, nice spell. And oh, fucking nice roll. Could have got a level 8 scroll for that.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the beauty of this spell is
Go on.
I have enough slots to memorize this to cover to cover all of our party. For 4 days, we require no food, water, or nourishment of any kind.
For 4 days.
Per casting.
Very handy. But it's a logistics spell. And you know what I'm like with logistics. We fucking don't really play them.
I mean, it just, it helps us.
But, when you're in the desert, I'm gonna definitely be counting how much water and how much food you got. When it matters, we're gonna be counting it. Do you know what I mean? We're not like
And
checking every day
that's
how
the
many
only
days
time.
rations have
That's
we
the only time where a spell like that really is essential.
Yeah,
is when it matters.
got. Yeah. So like in times like this, in my style of dungeon mastering, you can always assume you've got 7 days of rations because you're in between towns. If you need to just change your sheet every now and again and say, all right, okay, I bought some rations last time I was in town, that's fine. As long as it's never game breaking, doesn't change anything. As soon as we go away from anywhere where you can buy rations or whatever, and we've been away from wherever, then it matters. In place, do you know what I mean? So that's. It depends who the dungeon master is, how often you're going to use that spell, and you know what I mean, and you probably know who I'm talking about as well.
Yes, I do. But we will leave that alone.
Yeah,
At this point,
yeah.
if we're in the wilderness, we will never be hungry or thirsty.
That's good. That's a very handy spell, yeah.
Our NPC actually has create food and...
Yes.
Yes, but now you don't have to worry about using that spell slot to make food and water if we are in a point where we need it.
What's it? Protection from hunger and thirst.
Did I miss you doing something, learning a good one, Paul?
Yes and no.
It's one that can. It's not going to always be useful, but in certain situations, it's going to be very useful. It's one that you're not going to use that often, but when you do, it's going to be because it's fucking vital and it's going to save your life. That's the kind of spell it is. So yeah, is that too? Is that your roll for it to see if it's there? So you can.
Yeah, that's what that was.
Okay, right. I'm trusting you all to just like put on your sheet what you've bought and take off the money for them.
I've got like a little ledger going on my notebook now.
Cool. So it's 100 gold pieces per level per scroll. Whatever you buy.
There's the list of spells that he had for me. That is 1,100 gold worth of gems taken off of my sheet.
Nice. Okay. Any other shopping? Scroll
now
shopping.
Cornaith is done.
Tammy, is Kiara got any? Have you seen how where you can look at like level 1 and level 2 spells quickly? So have you got the rules open? purpleworm.org/rules, yeah?
Right, hold on, because I have my box and a joint open.
Yay!
Move my laptop. Right, so, oh no, wait, I've got my Bard's Handbook open actually.
Right, so.
Oh, would he happen to have an empty spell book?
Yes. He would have empty spellbooks lying about, definitely. Hang on, I'm just going to run to the fridge.
I will just look in the book for the cost of that. I can't remember that off the top of my head.
It's interesting to see how different people prioritize different things. The magic user in David's game yesterday was very proud about getting Tensor's floating disc.
Peter.
So you used it for floating some cement across a river.
Peter,
that's useful. That's a useful spell.
Just so you know, that's my third beer, but it's also the last beer in the fridge, so I can't do too much damage to the party because of the beer in the next 25 minutes. So you're safe. You're safe.
Yeah. So,
rocks fall, everyone dies.
Yeah. So I say it was but that's two experienced players prioritizing things differently with specialist mages.
Yeah. But that's cool that you do it differently. I'm into that.
I mean, right now I've got the defensive spells with sleep and scare.
Did you find the spell lists, Tammy? So if you go to Player's Handbook...
sorry. Oh my god, I have got Purple Worm open, and then I went back to my previous open.
So go to... What do we want to go to, guys? What's the best way to do this? Appendix 1, spell lists, wizard spells, and then you've got first level wizard and second level wizard. You can browse them by name there, and then if anything, if you like the look in, and you can click it and it's a hyperlink, and it'll give you the page with the description.
There's the spell index, which has alphabetical, and then there's also the spells by school.
No, you want to do it by level, so
okay,
chapter
hold
14...
up, sweet, I'm going to just bookmark this. Yeah.
Sorry, so you want to go Appendix 1 spell lists, wizard spells, and then you can click it by level. First and second, you can
the one by school also lists them by level, just for a point of reference.
Wizard spells by school, Appendix 5. Yeah, but That's a slower way to look at it, to be honest. You want to just click on first
Yeah.
level, browse them by name.
Sweet, okay.
Second level, browse them by name. And go ahead and have a look just now. We've got
Especially-
we've got
Especially
25
for
minutes
her
left in the
with-
game. Nothing major's going to happen.
Is this because this is
with
a
her.
better time to do it because our chances are higher?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Presumably, Paul's keeping some money in reserve for third level stuff.
This might be the best availability of magical scrolls you'll ever come across.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
That's
those
what I
cha-
was thinking. That's
yeah,
why
yeah.
I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll buy it.
These are perhaps like a specialist magic shop might be better, but like for some just wizard in his house, he's got a serious amount of scrolls here. He's got 90% of all the first level scrolls, 75% of all the second level. He's got loads.
Paul, if you think-
Sneaking up pushes 700 in gems across to Cornaith. While you're here, boss.
So you're trying to pay for his.
Yes.
Nice. You really worship the Great Wizard, eh?
Keeps me alive!
Okay, right.
Paul, what you buy some third level spells whilst you have the money?
This is a good idea. While you have the chance that they're available, and while you
Yes.
have some money for later.
How long do we plan on
Oh my
staying
God.
here with this gentleman? Do we plan on spending the rest of the day here?
Yeah, well, I think it's too late to get to Ellesmere today, isn't it?
What time are we on now? We're on early afternoon, eh?
22.
We're on early afternoon. No,
Oh,
I mean
I
in
meant
game. No,
like,
in game. We're on early afternoon. So yeah, we left in the morning and we went through the woods. Yeah, we're just in early. No, in fact,
Yeah, it's not that late.
yeah, not
There's
late.
been a
at all.
lot of spell discussion,
Yeah, late afternoon then.
I'm so.
and
By the time you
so
spend some time with this guy, he's gonna give you something to eat. He's gonna give you a hot drink. You're socialising as well. You're in. He's Norm's friend. You're in his house, so you're there for a while, even just to do business.
yeah, so I think we're heading to Ellesmere tomorrow.
Yeah, I think you're kicking into evening time by now, I suppose, because you've discussed magic with the guy, you've discussed current affairs with the guy, you've bought some stuff off the guy, you've talked about Norm, you've spent an afternoon in kicking into an evening in the guy's house.
So on that note, would he be willing to allow me to make my own spell book instead of buying one from him?
He'd be interested in watching you do it, actually.
Fuck, now I got an audience. This is where I fuck up the roll again like I did for Kiara's.
But did you not, like on your second attempt, did you not roll a critical success and make it a really good one?
On the second attempt, yes.
Yeah, you did. So, by the way, when he starts kicking in evening time, he's going to give you an evening meal. He's going to offer an evening meal. He's actually going to offer you to stay in his house.
Yeah,
He does this.
thank you.
He does this for Friends of Norm. Because when he starts
Yeah.
kicking in evening, he will feed you and he'll say, Friends of Norm, you don't have to travel at night here. You'll stay here, and you can travel in the morning.
So, Paul, are you buying third level spells just to be ready?
I need to see whether I am successful at making my own spell book or not.
You need some more space.
So as of right now,
Can we do? Sorry.
buying a 20-page spell book would cost me 1,000 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Crikey.
Making it cost you
Yes.
next to nothing.
50 gold pieces
Per
per page to buy it. Making it with 2 successful rolls drops that down to 250 gold.
Nice.
Well, let's see
Make
you
my
have a
spell
go.
book.
Right, good luck. Roll that. I want to see you roll that. Do it in Marrakai's house. Fuck it. Let's see if you can
Well-
do that.
You rolled for mine and got me one. It would be sweet if you got one too.
Second
Yeah.
attempt.
So here we go.
Good luck.
Preparation of paper.
Oh, good luck.
Success.
Yeah.
And this is the leather. The second roll, yeah.
Attempt at binding. Boom, look at that.
Yeah, boy. Nice rolls. So you make a spell book. You spend the evening making a spell book in front of Malachi. While you all sit around drinking your hot drink, eating your evening meal, smoking, by the fire, talking, you bind a book in front of them. Everybody gets to see
the binding reduces the cost by 50%. The preparation of the paper reduces that 50% by another 50%.
The leather that you got was from the deer that Sneaky Nook hunted, am I correct?
Nah, I told you we'd be.
That's where you've got leather, isn't it?
Yep.
Sneaky Nook hunted a deer. I'm remembering more and more stuff every week, guys.
While he's binding the book, I'm going to ask the wizard politely what connection the drow have with this evil plot.
The drow.
Well, yes, they must be connected in some way with this evil plot.
He doesn't really understand your evil plot yet. He's not discussed it with Norm. He doesn't understand your evil plot. You don't understand the evil plot.
Well,
only the dungeon master understands the evil plot. Don't worry. At this stage, he's got no idea about anything about drow. No one mentioned drow.
Well, they must have been involved kind of 50 years ago. So
no.
What can you tell me about their involvement?
No. So okay.
They hid it.
So the Great War of 50 years ago, David. No, I know exactly what you're asking me now, right? So the Great War of 50 years ago was the overground races, good races versus evil races. The Underdark Wars are totally separate. That's an ongoing thing. The elves will fight with the gnomes, and the dwarves will fight with the elves, and yeah, that's an ongoing thing that's completely separate. That wasn't this world event that a lot of this.
But he's not heard of it, you see, and since he knows drow are totally evil, he can't believe they weren't involved.
Okay, yeah, right. So the character...
Racial prejudice coming in here, I'm afraid.
Yes. No, listen, mate, Dungeons and Dragons is all about racism. It's based on racism. The elves they don't trust the dwarves don't trust anybody, everybody hates the orcs and goblins. It's all races against races.
And there's the Dwager. The Dwager obviously had some connection.
If in real life we had fucking dark elves and dwarves and orcs and goblins, then racism would be a big part of real life as well. Because races are evil and are good and are neutral. So racism is all right in a fantasy setting because some of the races are evil. It's all right to hate races.
But one of David's characters does charitable deeds in support of green races.
Peter, one of the most reliable mercenaries you've ever met, is an orc.
In this campaign setting,
I don't trust him, however.
In this campaign setting, the orcs and goblins are not only traditionally evil, they are politically involved. Like they were one of the big powers in the Great War of this continent 50 years ago. So it was as an almost world-shattering event where gods had to get involved. Gods took avatar form and came into Earth. Gods blessed warriors to get involved in this war 50 years ago, which was when the evil races, the evil overground races, united. So it was the orcs and goblins, it was the giants, and who else did we say?
Yeah, but I bet the drow were behind it all.
As far as the people know about this great legendary war 50 years ago, the drow were not involved.
They hid their involvement, obviously.
Yeah, but Stinky Nook seems to think so.
Shit, in the one game I'm in, I play a half-ogre warrior, and he is the most kind-hearted soul you will ever meet. And he makes his tribe's enemies sleep very efficiently.
Yeah, see, in most games of Dungeons and Dragons, your half-orc and your half-ogre, it was the ogres, the orcs and goblins, the ogres and the giants. So, in most of your games of Dungeons and Dragons, ogres and half-ogres and half-orcs, they're just another race like half-elves and halflings and dwarfs and gnomes. But in this one, there was a great war 50 years ago. Racial tension is high in this setting. Racial tension is very, very, very high, and people have got anger. People who have never seen an orc or a goblin hate orcs and goblins because they've grown up on stories about this great war. So the racial tension for orcs and goblins is massively, massively high. That's why Garona as a half-orc had a bit of a hard time in town, even though she's a half-orc, which doesn't mean that her dad was an orc and her mum was a human. It means that a number of generations ago, there was an orc in her family. It's
Well,
like a half-elf
Blah-
doesn't...
As far as Damo was concerned, Blah was okay, but then something weird happened.
Something changed with the sex change. With the magical sex change, the personality changed as well, yeah. It's almost like it was a different player playing the character or something, eh?
Yeah.
Might I suggest to the mighty wizard that checking for invisibility 10-foot radius might be helpful to the party?
Are you suggesting to the mighty wizard as in Corneth?
As in Corneth,
Yeah. The great wizard, you mean?
The great wizard, yes.
Yeah. Because you're in the home of a very mighty wizard at the moment.
Oh yes,
No.
I'm being very respectful.
I mean, we're not quite talking Elminster here, but this is a very powerful wizard.
Yeah.
He's got some level 9 scrolls lying around that he may or may not have written himself.
Yeah.
I hear you. I am not ignoring you. I'm calculating space in my spell books before I answer that.
Okay.
What was the suggestion? Which spell?
Invisibility 10-foot radius.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. So invisibility 10-foot radius, for anybody that's not familiar, is like casting invisibility on yourself makes yourself invisible. Picture Frodo, right? Invisibility 10-foot radius is what it says in the tin. You cast invisibility and anyone in that 10-foot radius of you becomes invisible. Very handy for a group of adventurers.
Yeah. So be sneaky, clack, sneaky.
Stand to one side of the in the alcove to the side of the corridor while the orc army marches past.
Yeah, I just wanted you to know I'm not ignoring you. I am hearing
Oh,
you.
yes.
It's just these
Yeah.
pages.
Now you work it out, man. The whole session has been a logistics session about buying new spells and new equipment and stuff, so take your time.
I have a question back to the buying the spells.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How is there a limit on what level spells we can buy?
No. You can buy whatever you want, you just can't learn it yet.
So
Okay.
for you, it may be
Right,
different.
cast.
For you, it may be different as a bard. For a wizard, you can't write without magical means, as in the copy spell. Anything above a level that you can't cast.
Yeah.
It may be different for you. You might be able to write 9th level books
No.
or 9th level spells in your book. That's up to Ryan.
No, you can't.
I think no.
You can buy them though. You can buy them and then
I was
keep
gonna
them.
say I think it's on a literal copy to copy basis, and it's dependent because it's not through ability
Basically, you
that
could
you are.
you could buy a level 10 scroll, a level 9 scroll now, but you can't copy
Uh-huh.
that into your spellbook and use it. But you can
But
buy
I
it.
still have the scroll,
Yeah, you can buy it and own it.
and then when I'm able to, I can copy it in.
Yes. And the
Yeah.
reason that becomes relevant is because you're in a place where you've got a good chance of getting some high level potent stuff. So it's worth
So yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yes. Logistics wise, this is the place to try and get these things for later on. Because you've got a chance of anything. What I'm doing is I'm doing it as a random roll. I love random rolls. Right up to level 9, you've got a percentage chance. So any spell you like the look of, if you want to buy the scroll, whatever level it is, times 100 times 100 gold pieces. So a level 9 spell. If you want to try and buy the scroll here, it would cost you 900 gold pieces, and you've got 1% chance that he's got one lying around.
Oh shit, I need to remember money too. Yeah.
We can take care of that after session, just as long as you've
I'm
taken note of what
spending
you're buying.
Yeah. Okay, hold on, because I was just checking that I was that I could do that because I'm looking at some of these things. They look wicked.
Right, of course I have to run to the bathroom again, so just have a look at the spells just now. We've only got 10 minutes left in the game. Take advantage of being at this guy's house with the availability.
Guys.
Cornaith will not accept any money from Sinikanuk.
You still trying to give him money?
Great wizard, this is an investment in my future. We have a deal. I go and wake the monsters up. You then rescue me.
At this moment, Cornaith will not take any money from him.
If he sees us, if he finds a scroll that he would like to buy that he's short of money, please will he take it?
In that moment, he may.
You're not short of money though.
Cornaith is out of character. He's a grey elf. He's very, very proud of himself, and it is not likely that he will take money from someone else.
Did you not give all your money away before when we were in town a few
Yes,
sessions ago?
he did give his money away. Secretly, of course, because he's a grey elf. He has to keep up appearances.
Yeah.
So it was more he spent all his money rather than his actually giving it away.
He spent it on
Didn't you
the
buy an
comfort
open bar?
of his companions.
Yeah, you went and bought an open bar for everybody or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so invisibility, 10-foot radius was the suggestion.
What level is it?
3rd level.
So you've got a 50% chance that he's got one lying about. Boom.
This will be a scroll in my bag. Oh, in one of the scroll case, one of the 5 scroll cases I have, as a matter of fact, because I'm not high enough level to write it in my book yet.
How many more spells do you can you afford?
You might not want to tell you how much money he's got left.
Can I ask for another one, Ryan?
Uh-huh.
Can I ask for another one?
Go for it.
It's a level 9 though.
You go for it. He's got 1% chance.
You're able to cast it yourself, by the way.
No, but she's wanting to buy it for
No,
later.
I know that. I'm thinking ahead. I'm planning for my future.
You've got 1% chance that she's got one.
Alright, okay. Still, I want to go for Sphere of Ultimate Destruction.
Okay, you've got 1% chance that she's got one.
I'd imagine. Fucking hell.
Okay, Paul, my
Worth a shot.
suggestion is slow.
Interesting. Would you prefer slow or haste?
So
Keep in mind, a year of aging is not going to affect any of us badly. We're all, even Kiara at a half elf, is a long-lived race.
So explain
Spell magic?
Explain, Paul, haste and slow to Tammy that's never played D&D before and to Twitch. Go on then.
Alright, so haste, as the name implies, it speeds you up. You move twice as fast. Like, your movement rate is 12, so you would move at 24. And it doubles your attacks per round. So if you attack twice a round, you would attack 4 times. Or for your darts, you throw 3 darts around. Under effects of haste, you would throw 6 darts around.
Nice. Okay.
Very nice.
Unfortunately, this spell ages the recipient by 1 year.
Yes. Every time you're affected by it, you get a year older. Or, depending on the DM, lose a year off of your maximum lifespan.
Yes, you magically age 1 year.
So, but
Slow.
But I'm half elven, so do I not live quite long anyway?
Yes. You
Yeah.
you don't live as long as the others in the group, but you do live a lot longer than
Longer
your
than
average
humans.
human.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think whereas your average human lives something like 70 to 100, I think your average half elf is something more like 100 or 150. IIRC.
I think they're 200 or something,
Oh,
somewhere in
okay.
that area
Okay.
actually.
Okay.
I'm still hella young too, like.
Very.
Now slow, it will negate a haste spell first of all. What it does though ultimately is an AC of 6 becomes an AC of 10. They hit at a -4. They get no dexterity bonuses to their AC on top of that -4.
And they move at half movement rate as well.
They do not move at half move. Oh, yes, they do.
They do?
They get half their normal attacks, and they move at half their normal rate.
So it's basically the offensive version of the same spell. You cast it on somebody and you do the same effects negative instead of doubling your half.
Right. Except for them, for them, what I would use it for personally, Cornaith would use it for is slow is so we can get out of a fight that we can't win.
Yeah.
So I will pose that question to the party again. Would you prefer a way out of a fight that we can't win,
Paul,
or would you prefer to be sped up?
more than a way out of a fight you can't win, it's more a way out of a fight you can't run away from. Do you know what I mean? When you're not fast enough to
I
run
would
away,
say
that's the
like,
spell
yeah,
you need.
Yeah. I would always say one that we can't.
When your movement rate's
get
12 and what's chasing you is 15, that's the spell you need.
I mean,
think because it depends how much you tell the characters, because when Darrow let Garona have the potion of speed, he didn't know that it would age her.
No.
Did we notice signs of aging?
Marakai, who you're buying these scrolls from, knows exactly what the effects of these spells are going to be on you. So when you buy it from him, you will have that knowledge. Yeah, absolutely, because he's going to share any knowledge about how the spell works with you. He's not miserable in that he doesn't want to share knowledge. He just that this is how he earns his money now. He's a retired adventurer who can write scrolls and he'll sell them to you.
So I think on a character level, shortening one's life even by a bit doesn't sound that appealing.
I don't like it personally. I wouldn't do it on my characters. But I play a lot of humans, to be fair. Dwarfs, but I play a lot of humans, and humans are the shortest lived race. So I don't like that.
Yeah,
that's me as a player, personally.
But to say, so on the character level, I mean, some people I play with do it as it ages you a month.
No, 1 year. Rules is written on that one, mate.
Yeah,
it's a very powerful spell. It's got to have it
of a
outside.
month sounds a lot. Months is a lot less off-putting than the year.
Yeah.
Haste is not going to be a spell that you're going to be using very much, because we can't.
If you use it a lot, then you're
adventure be hasted.
Yeah, you can't use it a lot because you're gonna kill your party eventually. Right, well, we're 11 o'clock, guys, so I don't mind if we run 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes late. Should we wrap this up? Is there any more spells you want to buy at Maracai's house before we end the session?
For sure, 3rd level Melf's Minute Meteors, because it is not only evocation.
50% chance that he's got one lying around. Oh, he's got one lying around!
And a roll for slow.
He's got that as well. There you go, they're available.
That's it for me.
300 gold pieces each.
You might consider Summon Swarm. That's a 2nd level.
Summon Swarm
But
is
it's
a very
quite
cool
quite
spell.
good against a lot of enemies.
Excuse me.
It is.
Basically, if you cast it on the front rank of the enemy, then they take 1d4 points plus 1 per 3 levels of the caster if they carry on fighting per round.
Fuck it. Why not?
Go for it. Jeez, you just roll them all, man.
Okay.
And that is the end of Cornet's spending spree.
Okay.
Nice. How much money did you spend? Loads.
And that is something you can actually cast on an enemy spellcaster, because spellcasting within the swarm is impossible.
With those last three, that dropped him down to 325 gold.
Wow. Yeah, you got through it, eh? I thought, fuck, they've gotten loads of gold here. I always feel bad as a DM when the party gets loads of gold. I'm like, shit, they've got too much gold.
Well, they're only going to come online in dribs and drabs.
Sorry?
Only going to come online in dribs and drabs.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't got copy.
Yeah. It's a good time to do it.
Yeah. We
It's,
do have a sea voyage. I don't know how long that will take.
I think it's about a day's sea voyage, yeah. It's good that you went and got those. It's good that you went to go to Maracai's house. You didn't have to do that. It's cool. You took that opportunity, yeah?
I mean, looking at that spell, Cornaith, it's got a good range of 60 yards. It lasts as long as you concentrate. They can't get rid of them with weapons. Fire or gusts of wind or stinking cloud can do it, but it's quite an effective spell against a spellcaster.
I'm trying to remember what the other one was. So I have Summon Swarm, Mouse Minute Meteors, Invisibility 10-foot radius.
Yep.
And slow.
And slow, thank you.
Slow is a nice fucking spell, by the way. That will save your ass one day if you're clever, like.
Yeah. That was useful in second as well. Slow's different from in second and first. Slow does more in second.
Oh,
In first edition, it's half what you can do, no saving throw.
Slow is a brilliant spell in second edition, mate.
I would say so in first
So is
edition.
haste.
it
Haste's a
basically-
fucking haste's a really strong spell. It's just that the side effect is very damning, yeah. Especially if you're human.
A year every time you use it.
Yes.
Yes.
And for a human, you don't have that many years. An elf's
Nah.
fine, eh? An elf's got like 1,000. Dwarf's got 300, 400, something like that, eh? But
No,
Tammy,
I've got
I don't know
I've got
about
human years, and I would probably use it in real life.
I don't know about further editions after second, but your stats change when you reach middle age and old age and venerable
Yeah.
age. So,
Oh, okay, yeah.
so like when you hit
obviously.
middle age, you get like wisdom +1 and
course.
strength -1, something like that. Like don't quote me, right? But like then when you hit old age, it's like wisdom +1, intelligence +1, strength -1, dexterity -1. So you
Yeah.
mentally you get better, physically you get worse.
Yeah.
So potentially Cornaith, who has a 20 intelligence from being a min-maxing cunt when he rolled his character, has potentially the chance to have, I think it's 22 intelligence you can get with old age, yeah?
Well, it depends on whether you use racial maximums. I think I'm actually at the racial maximum.
Oh, are you? Okay. So the racial maximum intelligence for an elf is 20. So it's not physically possible to be more intelligent.
For a grey elf.
Yeah, okay. I do use the racial maximums. 20 is fucking godlike anyway.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. You can see invisible shit.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I was saying.
Right?
Yeah, 20 is my racial maximum.
Are we all done
So
then,
even-
folks?
Even at old age, I won't get any smarter, but I will get wiser.
Yep. Listen, I don't have a mad cliffhanger or anything tonight. We're going to leave it in Maracai's house. Any more spells you want to try and buy off him before we finish?
Myself, no.
Be able to buy spells off him, but
Anything
I
else?
can't use them.
Anything else you want to do before we finish the session?
Because
I'm-
like you said, some of them have got.
I'm just gonna roll my percentages ahead of time, but we can do that off stream.
Yeah.
Unless you want them
What,
done
for
now.
learning spells? No. We'll do it next week, man. It's cool.
Okay.